I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. Soul been torn, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the premier Knicks in the Morning Time show. The Knicks Morning Drive. Salute, salute, salute. It is 10 minutes before your hour. If you have somewhere to be at 8 o'clock, you better get your hustle on. Salute. Clear, your man needs a beverage, a morning beverage or something to get going, man. I'm sitting here at the computer and I am like, man, it's early. It's early. But it's early for everybody. It's early for everybody. So salute Knicks fans. Salute, 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 salute. It's early for everybody, man. I'm excited about the Knicks victory from last night. A real Knicks W. Salute. Just Knicks is in the building. Salute to everybody watching us on X. Salute to everybody watching us on YouTube. Man, I'm excited about this potential trip to Vegas for the Emirates Cup if the Knicks are able to pull this thing off. I'm excited about that. Last night, Cat got banged up. I was looking around for news to see if Cat was going to be okay, if Brunson was going to be okay, and others, see if Precious was going to be okay. Hadn't heard anything yet. I'm hoping, though, that we're not in that space where the Knicks and Dings are the Knicks and bruises. Shout out to my homeboy Tony Crow. The Knicks and Dings, the Knicks and bruises are not catching up to us this early in the season because we had multiple questions about things such as Tom Thibodeau's 8-man rotation and injuries. Oh, hold on for just a second. Is that for me? You can put it right here. Good morning, Miss Mocha. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Mocha bringing me a very hot beverage. This thing is, what is this you brought me? Lava? Chat, she bought me a beverage, so it's like a steaming cauldron of something. Y'all should see this thing. This is like a steaming thing of something. Yeah, if this don't get you going in the morning, you can't be. If this don't get you, you can't be got. I'm just gonna say. Bronx Mel is in the building. Salute. Salute. Just Knicks asked the question, right? Just Knicks asked the question. How do we improve our defense? Hey, man. I'm gonna say this is gonna sound corny when I say it, but we could just keep it a stack. Let's just keep it a stack. Depth. We got to add some more pieces to the rotation, man. We got to add some more pieces to the rotation. We got to add some more defenders to the rotation. To me, that's the only way the defense will get better. Honestly, that's the only way our defense is going to get better, because Jalen Brunson is not going to become a better defender. Josh Hart is not going to become a better. I mean, not Josh Hart, but Karl Anthony Towns is not going to become a better defender. And Josh Hart is a energy defender with size limitations, but he makes winning plays at times. And so Cat's not going anywhere. Jalen Brunson's not going anywhere. Josh Hart's not going anywhere. The only thing that helps is someone off that bench has to step up and become a defender. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Salute. Miguel P is in the building. Salute. Right. Just Knicks is concerned about the defense. I think a first round exit thing might be pushing it a little bit, but I understand the concern. Right now, the way this team is built, honestly, the way this team is built right now, even without one of our starters, say if Cat were to disappear, this is still a second round team. If Jalen Brunson was to go missing, this is still a second round team, right? If OG Anunoby were to disappear, right? This is still a second round team. What's good, Coach? You want me to put the link in the joint? Salute the coach. Yeah, see my boys before sleeping. Oh yeah. I know about sleepy time, bro. Oh yeah. I'm gonna put the link out here for Coach, just in case. So I'm not really concerned about a minimum playoff exit, right? Because at a minimum, I think we all understand if this team loses in the first round, something went wrong, and it has nothing to do with Thibs or the players. It'll have to be something catastrophic to happen for this team not to be at least a second round team at a minimum. At a minimum. That's our expectation. Now, that's the floor. What's the ceiling? The ceiling is NBA championship. Coach is in the building looking all rosé. What's good, bro?
Salute.
How you been?
Morning. Pretty good.
Good. Yeah, man. So there are some concerns about the defense, but let me just say this really quick. If you have somewhere to be at 8 o'clock, you have 1 minute. When you arrive, you will be arriving to the Lawrence Tears morning song. So be prepared. Both happen in about 30 seconds. 8 o'clock on the hour is on the way. The Lawrence Tears morning song is on. There. Boom, there it is.
Ocho. Yeah. Good morning, Knicks fans. Check it out. Yo, wake up, Knicks fans. It's time to rise. Lawrence and Tears, yes, the morning drive. Welcome to the show, always honest and true. Talking about the team, yeah, you know how we do. It's a new day, grab your coffee, let's flow. Cat in the building, bros is ready to go. OG and McHale, his wings stop us for real. Lawrence Tears got the passion gonna feel. Freezy and the crew, we keeping it fresh. Breaking down the team, yeah, we know who's next. Deuce and Preston rising, Josh hard as the glue. Got the fire every morning, bleeding orange and blue. Lawrence Tears, it's a brand new year. Repping for the Knicks, no doubt, no fear. We got the squad, we making moves. Tuning every morning, yeah, we set the groove. Lawrence Tears, it's the Knicks we love. From MS Street straight to the sky above. Orange and blue, this gonna be a year. This is the vibe, it's Lawrence Tears. We're breaking down the trades, analyzing stats. Dunking on the haters, bringing the Knicks back. Clyde with the suit, he's keeping it slick. Lawrence Tears every morning, get your Knicks fix. We go hard every day, another one in the books. Getting excited about our 3 new rooks. From the draft to the playoffs, it's some time to shine. With Cola, Capardi, and Dottier, the future's divine. Freezy and the fan, we calling the plays. Dropping knowledge on the Knicks, we hit it with maze. You know what it is, subscribe and hit that like. Lawrence Tears every morning, we taking flight. Lawrence Tears, it's a brand new year. Repping for the Knicks, no doubt, no fear. We got the squad, we making moves. Tuning every morning, yeah, we setting the groove. Lawrence Tears, it's the Knicks we love. From MS Street straight to the sky above. Orange and blue, you know it's our year. This is the vibe, it's Lawrence Tears. Yeah. Big Pies on in the house. Come on. AKA Knicks Morning Coach Drive. Al Pika. Uncle Freezy. Peace.
Yeah. Lawrence Tears, that was your Lawrence Tears, the Knicks morning drive.
That one's growing on me a little bit.
Huh?
That one's growing on me a little bit.
Yeah, man. That's it better. It's the official joint. It's the official joint. Yeah, man. I like it. I like it, man. I like it. It's a nice little ditty to get you get a little pep in your step, man. Salute. How you been, man?
Pretty good, man. Just worked last night. Enjoyed the little scare, RJ, one of our old buddies there, gave us a little scare. But, I was enjoying it.
Yeah, man.
It's always nice to talk about stuff the next morning after a victory, no matter who's against.
Bro.
Luckily, I was out of town for that Pistons debacle.
Oh, okay.
I was out of town. I was up. I had to help my parents with something around their house, and I kept looking on my phone and just kept shaking my head.
Yeah. Bro, Deuce McBride has arrived.
Yeah. You think he's definitely in the 6 man of the year running? Do you think his arrival or chance for that award is limited because of the strange Thibs saw killer?
Yeah, basically,
Rotation.
yes. Basically, yes. And no disrespect to the annual awards conversation, right? I think
Play a game.
yeah, I think what they expect him to do versus what he gives them limits him from the grand NBA stage. I think he's in that role of a Peyton Pritchard, but he won't be in that role of a Najee Marshall, if you understand what I mean. Peyton Pritchard is limited because there are so many offensive weapons in Boston that all Peyton Pritchard has to do is come in and hold it down. The Indiana guy, TJ McConnell, I think he's limited like that, right?
Mhm.
But he won't get a full go like a Najee Marshall, who basically is the third playmaker for the Dallas Mavericks. And the first two playmakers are Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. You feel me?
Yep.
So they have a certain level of expectation on offense, right? But because if you think about it, the more aggressive scorer on that unit is Cameron Payne. Deuce plays in the flow. Cameron Payne gets some shots up, right? So there'll be some nights where Cameron Payne's offense, though it's not better, will seem to be more impactful, though it's not better. It's just seen, right?
Mhm.
Whereas if Deuce averages 10, 4, and 2 for us off the bench, that's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
You feel me?
He actually had, I think he had like 5 assists last night, dude.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's one thing for sure. I mean, it's easy to give accolades to all the things we do on offense right now.
Right.
I mean, the distribution of the ball right now is just. If you guys ever get a chance to gander at the box score, it's so rare to see all your starters 14 shots, 13 shots. They all had,
Right.
they're all within a. That's dangerous. But like you said, I'll put it this way: in this game, yes, the opponent we played wasn't as good as, but they're an NBA team, and what we did in that game, although the first half our defense was a little sketch, and there were some moments in the second half where we weren't cutting off the driving lanes. We were letting RJ drive a little bit too much for my liking. But we did have timely stops. Like I used that term before. I don't think we're ever going to have a knock it down, old heavyweight fight kind of defense ever, even when we're at our best.
Right.
But I think we're going to have a lot of moments where our offense got hot. We need to keep them at a striking distance, so we make a couple timely stops here and there to keep people away. Like in this game, I feel like we forced most of those turnovers they had. the Raptors had towards the end of that game. They had like 10. I want to say they had 10 turnovers in the fourth quarter or something crazy like that.
Yeah. Because they didn't have a traditional point guard on the floor.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have one on the roster. But real quick to your point though about Toronto not being a good team. Toronto in their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Toronto in their last 11 games are 5-6. Right? So they're and so while that's not super impressive, mind you, this team got out to such a slow start.
Yeah,
This team was like 2 in a million to start the season.
They're playing without IQ, who obviously
right. And
a little something for them last year.
Yeah. And one of the other things I want to point out too about that Toronto team, they found our kryptonite and put it on tape last night. The back screen to rub off OG Anunoby to get their driver headed to the rim is something that we're going to see. We hadn't seen that all year now, right? We hadn't seen that all year, but you can best believe you are going to see that on tape, because if I saw it as a common NBA fan that knows it's a problem, that backside blind screen is going to be because think about it. OG Anunoby guarded RJ Barrett a lot, right?
Yeah.
And RJ Barrett scored 30 points?
Yep, he did.
And think about this. Is RJ Barrett the type of guy to just take OG Anunoby to the torture chamber and just give him 30? What NBA player healthy, full strength, full complement of weapons is going to take OG Anunoby to the torture chamber and just give him 30? Nobody. I don't care if it's Luka. I don't care whoever you're, Giannis. Nobody is going to score 30 points on OG. Now, I know he didn't score all 30 on OG, everybody. So, but just bear with me while I make this point. They ran a play where RJ started to get downhill, and then RJ ran into a screen that rubbed OG off, right? And we couldn't switch it because it happened so close to the rim that Cat had to protect the rim, and then RJ would just turn that little corner and get to the rim. It's like you remember the when the University of Florida started running the tunnel screen, where the far outside receiver would come breaking towards the line of scrimmage, and you'll throw it to him, but the guard and tackle would run out that way and start the screen already. And so now you got guard and tackles blocking DBs, and now you got big 250 linebackers trying to tackle a guy like Jaquez Green. You remember Jaquez Green?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and so it's that
went
type
to the
of
Bucks too after.
Yeah. It's that type of play where you're like, ooh, you know what? They keep running this play and we don't have an answer for it because Cat can't switch that. He don't have the ability to. And if you do, say, even if you put Mitch in that situation, do you want Mitchell Robinson going out 8 feet to cut off the drive and leaving your hobbled Precious Achua or undersized Josh Hart underneath the rim, protecting the rim?
Well, I tell you what, Toronto shortcomings or record or whatever isn't because their coach. I tell you that.
Nah, he's smart, bro.
That Rajakovic, bro, that dude, he can coach.
Yeah.
He's a good coach.
Hey, and you know what? You know what else they did off of that, coach? When we hedged off that, when Cat stepped up to show and got big in front of it, you remember when Cat would step out in front and just put his hands up and just waving like, no, you're not going to get the ball by me. We know you're not shooting. They would kick it out to the corner for wide open threes. right?
Yeah.
And so now you're like, oh, they have something. East Blue Jewels in the building. Hit 'em up is in the building. Miguel P, Real King, salute. So they found something to attack without Scotty Barnes. Remember, they were trying to attack us from the top of the key with Scotty Barnes, trying to take OG Anunoby. And it worked a little bit and it didn't work. We could have, if this is gonna sound strange, but if Scotty Barnes would have stayed in the game, would have stayed healthy, I think we beat them by 15.
Oh, yeah, I was unfortunately, I couldn't be on stage, but I was listening to y'all during playback. And I heard that point you made, and I agreed that Barnes tends to do what we went through the last couple of years with Brunson, the ISO stuff. Like Barnes, I think, winds up doing that and slows them down sometimes. I mean, I know it's we're to say, oh, they're better without him. I wouldn't go that far, but the style of play, like you said, I think falls into our hands better when Barnes was in the game.
Right.
I mean, except he's banging all them threes.
Right.
You don't want that to happen because that's something I know that the Raptors coach. I remember seeing a story about him challenging Scotty Barnes to shoot more threes.
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah, to keep the floor spaced. One of the other things. Let me say salute to my guy on the island, Greenie. Greenie's in the building. Salute.
Salute everybody. Salute chat. Salute Uncle Freezy. Salute Coach Mal. How you guys doing this morning? Great win last night.
Good, man. Hey, that microphone's a little bit crackly, bro. Yeah. Yeah, salute to my guy.
I'm cracking.
Yeah, no, not you, the microphone, the input. The input is crackly a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Is this better?
That sounds perfect to me, bro.
Perfect.
How the family doing, bro?
Everybody doing good. Just here clocked in early work. I missed the session last night because I had to get here early. But everybody's doing great, and well. I said great and well is one word. I'm tired.
Grow.
Yep. Messiah's about to go to school. Baby girl's about to go to school. But everybody's doing great. How's the family doing with you guys?
Pretty good, man. Just like every game, especially when we win, we're happy we win. And there's a couple little things that might need to be cleaned up. It's always nice to talk about.
Right.
I never want to be one of them but kind of guys like some of our beloved fans are, but I understand. We talked about Freezy just talked about it here a little bit ago. We got to take for what Brunson and Cat gives us on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, that's just something you're looking at in the history of the league and the teams in the league now. All the best offensive players in the league aren't world beaters on defense. You don't see Jokic or Doncic being all defensive players. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's basketball is the kind of sport where you play two different positions. You're playing offense and then you're playing defense. It's actually an Iron Man kind of a game. When in that aspect, kind of like soccer's that way too. Even though the guys in the strikers and stuff don't tend to have to defend as much as the midfielders and the defending guys, but in basketball, there's no team in the NBA. You tell me a roster where all 5 guys. I mean, I guess Boston's pretty close. All 5 guys are great defenders, and they're also great offensive players. You know,
Right.
You got specialists for a reason. And what you do is, because we have Brunson and Cat, the other 3 guys on the court with them need to be above average to elite to make up for their shortcomings.
Right.
You know, because we got guys on our. I mean, luckily, our defensive guys, our 3 wings, they've shown a talent to produce offense too.
Right.
So that's something we have above and beyond other teams. But on most normal teams, those offensive guys make up for the lack of offense that their defensive specialists have. It just so happens on our team, our defensive guys happen to have an affinity for putting the ball in the hoop too. So that's why I'm so ecstatic, and my expectations for this team are so high, because I am realistic. I'm always going to look at the Knicks in our situation as glass half full, because I'm not a Debbie Downer type. And as a Knicks fan, I'm always going to, even if we're a 13-win team, I'm going to root for us and, hope for the best. But I would not be pounding on the table. Say it's the floor to me, as long as we're pretty healthy, is the Eastern Conference Finals. That's the floor,
right,
in my eyes. And really, that's only the floor because the defending champs are there. They're the team to beat.
Right.
And I think we're built for them. Even though that first game was ugly. But we're a whole different team than that team. We can't get in a 3-point shooting contest with that team at all. I don't want to do that.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right.
But, I just think it's hard to stop a team who's willing to jack up that many threes, bro. There's no defense that's built to just stop a team who just jacks threes like that. Yeah, you can contest them, put your hand in their face, but I don't know, man.
I was just looking at a video last night that was talking about how it was basically what you just said, and I want to ask you this question, Coach. Mm-hmm. Would you rather the Celtics settling for threes or driving to the rack and getting every foul call? Because Jason Tatum putting his head down, going to the rack is probably one of the most unguardable things in the NBA right now. But he settles for threes, as well as Jaylen Brown.
Right.
Yeah, it's
pick your poison,
the
right?
The thing is, it's a pick your poison, and we have to make the same statement as other teams got to make about us. Like the other team, because here's the thing: Brunson and Cat can go nuclear. Like they can bust out a 50-point game, like easy. So teams they're gonna tell themselves, look, Brunson and Cat are gonna get theirs. We can't let OG and Bridges and Josh Hart and then McBride when he comes in. We can't let these guys get going.
Yeah.
So I think they overplay them dudes early sometimes. So, and that's what I think. We can't let like Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Porzingis beat us. Because Jason Tatum and Brown are going to get theirs no matter. Like the thing is, OG can play all the defense in the world on Tatum, but he's gonna find a way to grind out his 20, 25 points in a game.
Right.
It's just OG's gonna make it harder on him, you know.
Right.
So to me, I don't know. The defending of Derek White, and Drew Holiday, and Porzingis.
That's the yeah.
So how we stop them guys is what's going to be more important. This was my opinion.
I think that's the whole series. Both teams. If you put Knicks and the Celtics in the series, it's going to come down to who are the next to step up. Both teams, regardless, it doesn't matter. It's going to be Bridges or White. It's going to be Holiday or OG, like how you just said. It's just definitely. I definitely think that's what it comes down to. I think the teams play similar games. You look at the Knicks and the Celtics, we play similar games. Got spread 5 out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
Let me ask y'all: is that the sum of all fears for y'all?
Well, Boston?
No.
Yeah, no, not just Boston, because Boston is going to do the thing that y'all described. I'm actually talking about the thing that y'all described. Right? Is the sum of all fears us living and dying versus the 3-pointer?
Well, defensively, yes.
Yeah. Is what I'm asking. Yeah,
but
I think that's our Achilles heel.
Yes, it is our Achilles heel. But if you look at the defensive rating, we are trending in the right direction for the last weeks. It's not like the defense. We also we're adding pieces back in slowly too. Like that, I said it last night. The reason why our defense is like taking a little slight off these last 2 games is because Chua came back. You know, the big sneeze, he's back, so he gotta get they like the chemistry. They gotta form that chemistry with Chua. Once he gets that, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine.
I mean,
I really do.
I mean, we talked about this already. I would assume, and it's so strange that he started him last game. Have we seen the last of Sims?
Yes. Have you seen the last of Aerial Hut Party? Yes.
Yes.
Because the only thing that concerns me about that is, and I think Precious Achua, and he did give some quality minutes at the 5. I just noticed something, man, when he was in there with Cat, though. That defense looks better.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I noticed when they played those two together, our perimeter 3-point defense takes a hit.
Yeah. You know,
and I hate to be that guy, right? Because I don't want to be that guy. But if we're talking about, if we're not being homers and talking about real life stuff, man, our 3-point defense took a hit. Man, that kid Jacoby Walter, man, Precious can't guard that dude, bro. Not right now, he can't. Not right now. And I'm not saying that Precious is not a defender, but Jacoby Walter is a slippery, slick scoring guard with athleticism. And when you put him on the floor with Davion Mitchell, then you have a combination of two jitterbug guards. And now Brunson can't guard them. So now you got to put OG and Bridges on them, right? And then when you do that, then now you're taking away all the drive defense, and again, it's a lot, bro. It's a fitted sheet coat.
We need to do.
Greeny, you ever made up a bed, bro? You ever made up a bed and try to do the fitted sheet? Like when you walk coach, I'm gonna just say this is a tall fella conversation. So if you're not 6 foot, you won't understand this conversation, right? But when you're a 6 foot tall dude, bro, and you pull the sheet off one side of the bed to try to tuck it in, and it pop off on the other side, you gotta walk long himself all the way around to the other side of the bed.
Yeah.
And tighten
Might
that
as well reach
up.
across.
And then when you do that, the opposite corner pop off, bro, you be mad.
But then if you got one of them beds that's up against the wall and in the corner.
Oh my god.
You gotta use this strategy. You gotta grab the corners and just go down.
Lay down.
That's what you can do. Yeah.
I wind up bending the mattress up half the time.
Yeah.
I think we should do a variation of like the 1-3-1 zone.
Oh, you think Thibs?
Honestly, I think we're fine. I'm telling you. Listen, I don't think, yes, we are bad on the 3-point line. Yes, we are. But I think it's by default because we need a team rebounding right now. So, like, Achua coming back into the defensive schemes, everybody's still in the old defense. Everybody got a gang rebound. Well, now we got like that Achua and Cat lineup. I've seen no rebounding problems. So now if the team can get we don't need to buckle down in the rebound. We could extend out. Achua and Cat is down there to grab them rebounds. I think that will help our perimeter defense. Like I do think that will help a lot. Just knowing that you don't have to go down for the rebound. And
it's real good. Hey, it's 30 minutes after the hour, everybody. We halfway to 9 o'clock. If you got somewhere to be, get your hustle on. I gotta make a hustle on song, man. Shuffle your feet, get that hot beverage, get in that shower. 30 minutes to go before the hour. My bad, Greenie. I gotta get my people up, man, so they can get on their feet. Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get up, get live. Good morning, baby. Yeah, I think Pichu is gonna come back. I think it's gonna be it's just gonna take a little time. I seen a couple of plays last night where Bridges was trying to hold the big sneeze accountable, and it was just a little, back and forth moment of accountability. But I like to see that because that means that you're trying to make decisions. You're communicating on defense. That's how you work it out. I think it's just gonna take time. Once we know that. Once OG and Bridges and Hart know that they don't have to go down for rebounds because Achua and Cat is grabbing them all, the 3-point defense is going to be ridiculous. I think personally. And then it's catering for Mitch. When Mitch comes back, it'll just be the same thing for Mitch Rob. It'll literally be the same thing.
Right.
I think it's just by default right now, by design.
I think, if there's no trade, and we want to keep him Precious and Mitch, and I think that second unit, it's going to be Bridges playing with Cam, Deuce, Bridges, Precious, and Mitch. And then Cam and Deuce and Bridges are going to be just, the main focus of the offense, obviously, during that time. They're going to be chucking. And then Mitch and Precious will be there for the rebounds. But because I think the rotation, I think we got to get Precious. Are they like slowly easing them in? Because I feel like he pulled them too soon a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, was that like a planned thing?
Yeah, he was on a minutes restriction the other night. He was on a 12-minute minutes restriction, and Thibs played him 28 minutes. Yeah, I don't remember that at the Pistons game. At the beginning of the game, yeah, Precious should play about 12 minutes, 6 minutes in each half. Thibs played that man 20 straight real life minutes.
This one must have been a 16-minute this time. He was.
Yeah, man, that man, Thibs don't care, bro. Thibs don't care about Thibs don't care about real life, bro.
Tell you that's the Thibs killer.
Right? That man don't care about no real life, bro.
I want to play a game.
To Thibs, toughness is more important than health. To Thibs, toughness is above health. If you can be tough, doesn't matter. Health doesn't matter if you're tough. That's Thibs' motto.
2 occasions where Cat In any other situation with any other coach, his ass would have been out the game. But Thibs just sat there with. I literally looked over there. Thibs didn't even turn his head to the bench. He just sat there with his arms crossed while Cat was reaching out for his ankle and his knee.
Right.
And then you can see Cat kind of looked over at the bench for a second, but then he just toughed it out.
Yeah.
Rub a little dirt on it.
Napoleon. Yo, he would have put Scotty Barnes back in the game if he had Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes back.
Yes.
Brunson went back in. He looked like he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
The way he was reacting to it.
If y'all remember this injury right here with Mitchell Robinson, right? If y'all remember when this injury happened, when it first happened, not him coming back too early, not him coming back out of shape. I'm talking about when the injury first happened. Thibs, Mitch came out of the back and sat on the bench, and Mitch came out of the back, right? And Thibs didn't even let him sit on the bench. Thibs sent him straight to the table. You remember that, coach? When he first hurt his foot, he hopped off the floor and went straight in the back, right? Thibs didn't get a chance to tell him to rub dirt on it because Mitch went straight in the back. And then when he came back, Thibs didn't even let him sit down. Mitch! Mitch went straight to the table, right? And then after the game, the female reporter, he's blue crazy. Scotty, get your punk ass up. That's Thibs. But if you remember after the game, right, they asked Coach Thibs about Mitch, and he was like, "Yeah, the staff cleared him to play, and so whenever they clear him to play, these guys want to play." He's like, "Come on, bro." And think about from that moment. Remember, just to finish, coach. Just to finish. I promise I'll be quick, right? That night, he said that about Mitch. Mitch missed the next 2 games, right? He was day to day. And then we found out Mitch needed surgery on that. And after that, Thibs wouldn't answer the Mitch question. Coach, did you just ruin Mitch Robinson's career? And the staff, the medical staff, we have the greatest medical staff in the NBA. and Mitch has not been coached. That was a year and a half ago, right? This dude has not been the same since.
Mike Tibka.
That's funny.
Bro, he don't care.
Well, Thibs is that dude. He's definitely meant to be coaching in the frozen tundra.
Yeah. Thibs plays with some players that probably had broken fingers, snapped it right back, and got right back on the floor. So a sprained ankle to him is like a Band-Aid.
It's still an ankle, right? It's still an ankle, right?
Yeah. You can walk, you're fine. You know what I mean? Like that's Thibs. Like
I don't know what Rick Brunson, what kind of ankle flexibility, ankle training he did with Jalen when he was younger, but that dude, he gets his ankles twisted a lot and he comes back and plays.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something you get as a running back. My ankles are always getting jacked,
Yeah.
And I used to have to tape them all the time, obviously. I mean, back when spats used to be tape over here.
What?
Tape job.
You would not fly unless you had spats on, bro. Especially when your team bought the color tape.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was the first one on my team to be wearing them. Trust me.
Yeah, man.
And I had the long black tights on my calves.
Yeah.
I had the wristbands. I had really thin elbow pads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was fly. I had the gloves.
Newman's
Yeah.
we would wear back then.
But after a while, I still like my bare hands, so I used to put tape around my fingers.
Right.
But our colors were black and gold, so I had the black tape on my fingers.
The black and gold got a whole lot of soul. The
Yeah.
black and gold got a whole lot of soul.
It was that Vegas gold too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we like that UCF colors.
Yeah, I was out there looking like I was gonna say Colorado, but yeah, UCF.
Oh yeah, Colorado too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We were when we were high school, I think I had the one of the first people to put the visor on the helmet. And I had to hide my helmet, man. People was trying to steal my helmet. You know what I'm saying?
I remember my freshman year, I had the bike air helmet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was like a big deal back then.
When they had to take the pump and put it in the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like my sophomore year, they had them weird. There was like this. Remember the NFL Europe had those kind of funky plastic, hard plastic looking face masks.
Yeah.
They're like Arena League looking.
Yeah.
We had those one year, but they didn't last long.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah, I was gone by that time, bro. But 20 minutes before your hour. Coach, let me pose this thought to you and Greeny. Do the Knicks need to find a power forward to play in Josh Hart's place and bring Josh Hart off the bench?
I mean,
yes and no. We have him already. His name is Karl Anthony Towns.
No. I'll put it this way. Traditionally, it doesn't matter on offense what position you call cat or whatever it was. We got 4 or 5 positionless offensive guys.
Cat included on offense.
Cat included, yeah. But defensively, Cat don't need to be defending no power forward.
Or small forward. No wings.
Because
who can guard him at power forward? What power forward in the league can stop Karl Anthony Towns confidently?
And see, I respect the question, but in today's NBA, teams are not running power forward offenses, and teams are not running center oriented offenses out of the pivot.
Yeah, and you guys are like thinking like, oh, the other team's gonna. Oh, he's power forward. We'll match up our power forward. It's like they don't like automatically match up.
Right.
Oh, they're both power forward. They have to play against. Yeah, it's just a personnel thing, you know.
Right. Yeah.
That works in our favor, though. That works in our favor. We get Mitch Rob back. He's playing the 5. Cat playing the 4. You don't have to go out and get a power forward because Cat stretches the floor. He plays on. He's a perimeter big he's a perimeter big. He puts the ball on the floor like a regular power forward. He shoots the ball probably better. He's probably the best shooting power forward in the league right now. You're gonna have the spacing on the floor. Then as the opposite team, what are you gonna do? Put your center on Cat Towns and then leave Mitchell Robinson to clean up all the offensive glass? Or you're gonna have a mismatch at power forward for Cat Towns to dominate in the pick and roll game. So it works in our favor. That's why I say don't go out and get a power forward.
In my mind, I'm sorry, Coach. In my mind, any offense that has Mitchell Robinson in it goes all the way back to 1989. That's where it puts you with him on the floor. In my mind, because even if you try to play Mitch as a non-factor 4, you still can't run 5 out. And now you limit Josh Hart and OG Anunoby's driving lanes. And you limit Mikal Bridges' mid-range. Because think about this. A 7-footer is guarding Mitch at the rim, right? And Mikal Bridges is in the mid-range anywhere from 8 to 15 feet, right? You're pushing Mikal Bridges' mid-range from 8 to 15 feet back to 12 to 20 feet.
But
right?
if you make a simple pass that the Knicks have been doing the whole season, that's 2 points. Easy.
Who you making the pass
Simple
to?
pass.
Who you making the pass
Mitchell
to?
Robinson for a dunk. If Mikal Bridges is 8 feet, 12 feet out, and the big man has to step, then Mitch Robinson wide open under the paint with a baby on him.
I'm telling you what's going to happen and what needs to happen if we want to keep him.
And we've been passing the ball. We're one of the best assist teams in the league.
We don't need to be starting them and having Cat move to the forward, blah, blah, blah. It defeats the whole purpose of what we're doing right now. Okay. What we're going to have to do is this. Because when Mitch is in the game, we're not going to be as potent as an offense. We're not going to be scoring as much. Even no matter how much we're doing, that's one less person.
You can't run a 5 out with 4 people.
Yeah.
But you have an automatic mismatch at the 4. You have an automatic mismatch.
We already have that.
So are you? You all right? So you make it better because now if you miss, you have Mitchell Robinson getting every offensive rebound.
What 4 can defend OG Anunoby? Honestly, how many?
But we don't want OG playing the 4. We don't want OG playing the 4 and trying to rebound. We want him on the 3-point line. Yeah, but I'm talking about as a team. Like we want OG playing defense. He's the number 1 contestant on 3 points. We need him on the wing. We don't need him trying to rebound. Like that's our weak point is contesting the 3.
Mitch's value is this. Because when he's on the court, we can't run our 5 out. Okay. So when he comes in, basically our second unit is like our defensive unit.
Basically.
So what we're gonna have to do when our offense is in the game, our starters, we need to light it up like we've been, and then our second team comes in, has got a lockdown, and that's when we make our stops against their backups and their rotation players and like that. We're gonna have to find the right medium to do that. That's gonna be like our defensive like moment where we're not going to score as much, but we're going to keep them from scoring.
And you know what? Facts. But my thing though is a lot of Knicks fans have convenient memory loss. The ones saying move Cat to the 4 are the same ones that was complaining about Julius Randle defense last year with Mitch.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Not you, Greeny. Not you, Greeny. I'm not putting Greeny.
Oh, nah. I know you're not calling me back. I got my points.
No. What I'm saying is every time there's a Mitchell Robinson conversation, there is always an excuse about the other people on the floor, right? When are we going to just realize that the problem may be Mitch? Bro, and Mitch, and then think about this. Mitch is the only player on this roster since we've all been rocking. We've been rocking for 4 years here, and I've been rocking about seven years in total. So it's been about 4 years here and 7 years in total, right? Every year, the Knicks bring in a guy to take Mitch Robinson's job. Every year. The Knicks know that Mitch is not it. Every year, they bring in a dude, and they take Mitch's job. And we're out here like, nah, I know the Knicks bringing a guy every year to take Mitch's job, but Mitch is the answer. Hartenstein's not the guy. It's Mitch's job to lose.
Bro, you see what he's doing at OKC right now?
Right. You feel me?
Bro.
Right. Yo, it's not Mitch. Move Cat to the 3. Have Cat play point. Because Mitch is not. I like Mitch a lot. I'm just not ready to bend my knee and build an altar to Mitchell Robinson's above average defense and above average rebounding, his terrible free throw shooting. I love Mitch, bro, but I know Mitch has flaws. I'm not ready to give this guy no starters minutes for all those flaws. To me, that's ridiculousness. How in the world can your offense exist with Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson on the floor at the same time?
Right. Well, it's the mindset of like the analogy to me are like some of these tight ends in the NFL, like the super fast ones, like like when Vernon Davis was playing, and the kid from the Gators, what's his name, on the Falcons, who has a really,
I know who you're talking. I can't remember. Number 8,
I can't
Kyle Pitts.
Oh yeah, Kyle Pitts, yeah.
Oh, you remember OJ Howard?
Yeah, of course. But like the mentality of those, that's like by us saying like, oh, we should just play him at the power forward because he can do it. He's agile enough and he shoots good enough. That's like saying, okay, let's put Kyle Pitts or Vernon Davis at wide receiver because they're fast enough.
Why?
Or they're being, you know what I'm saying? You're all those advantages he has are even more amplified at center. Like he's even more dominant at center. So all the advantages he has at center, like why would you want to take those away?
And coach, you know what the opposite of that?
You're gonna have those. I think you're gonna have those same advantages at power forward. The only reason why I say that is because we had a lackluster offense last year, and the only reason why our offense was actually competent is because Mitchell Robinson cleaned up the glass. We have the number 1 offense right now. If we put Mitchell Robinson in there, it makes our offense is not going to completely drop because Mitchell Robinson. We have the number 1 offense, and if we do miss, he's going to clean everything up that he does. On defense, it makes us even better because now everybody on defense know Mitch Rob is getting the rebound, so I don't have to play this drop coverage. I can extend out to the 3-point line. That was our defense last year because everybody knew Mitch Rob was getting the rebound or Hartenstein.
Then you're just being in the camp of this. I'd rather win 108 to 100 than 120 to 112.
I'd rather win 120 to 80 because you can't shoot no threes and get no rebounds.
Hey, 10 minutes before the hour, everybody. 10 minutes before the hour.
You feel me? We think about it, coach. We got the number one offense. All we got to do is play a little tad of defense and it's a blowout every game.
I know, but
it's a blowout.
How are we going to defend a 3 with Mitch and Cat on the court?
Because the reason why we're not defending the 3 is because we're not getting rebounds. That's why. Because the team has to buckle down on rebounds because we only have one solid rebounder right now.
I think we got to relax, bro, because for one, that point don't make sense because Karl Anthony Towns is the best rebounder in the NBA right now. For one, these are not things I'm making up.
By default.
How is that?
By default.
Because all right. I rest my case. When Karl Anthony Towns sat out the game, we literally got destroyed on the rebounds and killed on threes.
Greeny
destroyed by the Pistons.
Right. When Mitchell Robinson was a full-time starter, has he ever led the NBA in rebounding?
Maybe once or top 3?
No.
He's never averaged 10.
Mitchell Robinson has never averaged double-digit rebounds, bro, ever in his life. That man has never averaged double-digit. All the stuff that we say that man do and what he does are on separate sides of the street. That man has never finished all NBA defense. That man has never averaged double-digit rebounds. Right? That man has never averaged 2 or 3 blocks per game.
Do you want me to tell you Cat Towns' career rebounds numbers?
I know what they are, bro.
They're 8 rebounds a game.
No, at power forward. That's why it doesn't make sense. Why would you make Cat a worse rebounder by making him a power forward? And then Mitch is not a 14 rebound. Bro, it just doesn't make sense. Mitch is not a 13.
Okay. Cat played center. He averaged 12 rebounds a game as a center.
When Cat plays center, he averages 23 and 12 for his career at center. Those are his numbers at center. And we're saying, that's not good enough. Let's bring in Mitch so he can average 6 and 7. 6 points.
I
and
never
7
said it was
rebounds.
good enough. My case is to make the team defense better. My team is my case is not for my team. My case is for the team defense to get better. The reason why our defense is not how it is because we don't rebound the ball. That's just my point.
Okay, so if the point is, Coach, I'm sorry, Coach. If the point is the Knicks' rim protection and rebounding needs to get better, then I would suggest this. Make a trade for a Jaren Jackson Jr. type guy to play with Cat. Right?
I agree with that.
A guy that is going to be a weak side shot blocker, a traditional jumbo guy, mobile guy that can get you double digit. And think about even Jaren Jackson Jr., he's not a double digit rebounder, bro. These guys are hard to find. Right? Even
So you basically just told me in one sentence that Mitchell Robinson doesn't average 10 rebounds, but you want me to go get Jaren Jackson that average single rebounds.
Yes, because Cat at center is your double-digit rebounder.
Yeah, he's going to be averaging 14, 13.
Yeah. Mitch can't do it. So instead of moving Cat out of the way because of our love affair with – wait a minute. Hey, Kerry Cox, you wildin'. Kerry Cox says, Jaren Jackson Jr. is always hurt. Really?
Mitchell Robinson is one of the best blocking bigs and offensive rebounding bigs in the league. He's done it for years now, not just 1 or 2 years. He's done it for years now.
Yeah. So you know who leads the league in offensive rebound this year? Jacob Portal.
Right. The dude we played last night.
Because the team shoots like crap. You want to know why? You want to know why Mitch was always good at freaking offensive boards? Because our team shot like crap.
And because he at the rim is not an elite finisher.
Think about how bad of a shooting team the Knicks were. Remember, we were like, I remember one season we looked at our stats. It was like before last year. We talked about RJ was still on the team. If we just averaged 45%, a normal.
You remember that conversation?
Yeah, and then we were talking about the free throw percentage and the 3-point percentage. We were begging for these percentages. And not only are we doing that, we're doing way above those percentages.
And Coach, and the thing is, to that point, right? People are like, nah, bring Mitch back and we'll make it work. Have you seen RJ Barrett's career away from Mitchell Robinson? Have y'all seen how effective RJ Barrett looks without Mitch clogging the paint? And y'all think all of a sudden bringing Mitch back is not going to turn OG Anunoby into the Knicks version of RJ Barrett? What are we talking about?
I mean, we're 12th in the league in rebound percentage.
Right. What are we?
Team rebound percentage. I mean, is
right.
that bad?
Bro, what are we? There are nights when Cat grabs 15 rebounds and Josh Hart has a triple-double in the same game. And we're talking about rebounding.
Yeah, I think rebounding is still the emphasis. I think so. I'm just telling you how I see it.
I'm not saying rebounding is not.
I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm not saying I'm just seeing what I see. We all want the same end goal.
We're tied for 17th now in defensive rating.
Yeah, we're climbing. That's all I care about is climbing.
And honestly, we're only 0.9 away from 14th.
Right. Yeah, man.
Like I don't think I don't know. I think Mitch and Cat will be good. That's just my personal preference. And we're gonna need them against Cleveland. We're gonna need them two against Cleveland. We have to, bro. Two is not gonna work on Mobley. It's not gonna work.
Except we unlocked Cleveland's superpower when we played. We actually had a lead on them late in the fourth quarter, and then Josh Hart got hurt and left the floor. And without Josh Hart, they reeled us in and beat us. We did that without Mitch.
But also, if that playoff series was Mitchell Robinson manhandling the Cleveland Cavaliers, let's not miss that.
Greeny, I was 4 years old.
We had no Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson destroyed Jared Allen. Like he didn't even exist.
Well, Jared Allen's not going to beat us.
Right, and then
we need guys to cover Darius Garland and Mitchell.
Right, and did they forget?
We need to cover Evan Mobley.
Greeny, did you also forget that Isaiah Hartenstein was healthy in that series too? Why we always
so we need a two big man tandem then.
OG Anunoby can defend.
OG's not guarding Evan Mobley. Not guarding Evan Mobley.
Oh, you want to bet? I bet you can.
He's not guarding Evan Mobley.
He defended Embiid.
Let me just clarify. I just want to say this.
Another Embiid got clamped by Mitchell Robinson. That was another thing. Mitchell Robinson got hurt.
How did he get clamped and that man averaged 30 and 13? That's clamped.
Because he shot 15 free throws a game. He shot 15 free throws a game. And y'all really gonna sit here and act like he averaged 30 on 15 shots made.
Your Honor, welcome to the courtroom, the attorney at law for Mitchell Robinson.
Come on now. You're acting like Mitch. Come on now.
Mitch is that special is Greg Maddox's catcher.
That is crazy.
He's like the special catcher that comes in for special moments. Like,
right.
He's only made to defend Jared Allen and Embiid.
He's Tim Wakefield's catcher.
Well, Embiid, he's a knuckleball catcher.
Right. That man, Joel Embiid.
I'm
just trying to get everyone going.
All I'm saying is this looks good in the regular season. When it comes time to playoff and rebound, I'm gonna bring back this case.
Look,
it's 9 o'clock, everybody. It's 9 o'clock, everybody. If you got somewhere to be at 9 a.m., you're late. Get up out of that bed. Go get in the shower. Get you a scorching hot beverage to get you going. It's 9 a.m. on the East Coast. Go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry.
I personally agree that, as I said this before, while he was still out, that I think Precious should start.
Yeah.
At the 4 and let Hart come off the bench.
Yeah.
Because you'll notice a difference in rebound and defense. And it's not because he's head and shoulders better than Josh at it. I just think Josh is going to bring a certain energy and playmaking to the second unit. Like, I really think that when Precious and Cat should be playing together. That to me, that's just a no-brainer. I don't know.
I like that, Lana. Hey, I don't want nobody in the chat thinking I'm crazy. I just like the way our team is. I don't want to make another trade and then it hurt us. And I like Mitch Rob. I think Mitch Rob helps us more than it hurts us. In my eyes, really. I think he helps us more than it hurts.
How many midseason trades has Leon Rose made that's not helped the team so far?
No. He's doing excellent. Like ever since the Josh, like every trade he makes in the middle of the season is amazing.
So what I'm saying is, if he decides to make this trade, then we gotta we just
don't have no other center backup. Like we don't have no backup.
How do you know that's
not
what he's trading for?
We don't have it right now. I don't know what he's going to trade for. I'm talking about right now with the Knicks.
What if he flips
right now?
Greeny, no disrespect.
Because
we say that as if the team is not 6 games over 500.
No. I'm saying it as like I love everything that's going on. I'm not saying it like I'm mad at the team. I love what's going on. I just want to find ways to be better. You know what I mean? I look at our team as a very offensive juggernaut team. So if we can get in that top 10 in defense, it's not even a question. We're gonna be killing it, like killing. You know what I mean? I just don't want us to keep like Leon Rose is doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. Like I love everything he's doing.
I think
what'd you say?
I think this is the Frank Ntilikina argument all over again, bro.
Hell no. You know why? Because Frank Ntilikina made us worse than better.
But
You know what I mean?
here's why
Like,
it's the Frank argument, right? Here's why it's the Frank argument. When Mitchell Robinson is in the game, we always complain about what other people are not doing for the defense, right? For instance, here are my examples, right? In the game we played against San Antonio last year, right? When Wemby was killing Hartenstein. And listen, this is not, I'm not saying that Hartenstein's a bad player. Hartenstein's a very good player. It's just Victor Wembanyama is a alien, right? So just keep in mind when I say this, Wemby is an alien. It's not that Wemby wouldn't kill any center, right? We brought Mitch in the game, right? And Mitchell Robinson slowed him down. I think Wemby, instead of just taking Hartenstein straight in the post and just using his height advantage, for some reason, Mitch was able to keep him off his spot, right? And then they started running Victor Wembanyama at the top of the key, ISOing Mitchell Robinson. And then Knicks fans started crying, he's getting every call. Victor Wembanyama is soft. You can't touch him in space. No, you can't touch him way out. You can't bump him like that away from the basket. Mitchell Robinson in deep water was the Achilles heel to our defense. We saw it for years that big men were shooting threes in Mitch's face because Mitch wouldn't go all the way out there. Brook Lopez did it. Miles Turner did it. Kristaps Porzingis did it. Victor Wembanyama did it. And we conveniently forget about that, right? That Mitchell Robinson could not guard bigs on the perimeter. And so they would just constantly take Mitch out to deep water and run plays behind Mitch at the rim. And we forget that these things occurred. They happened. I was there. I saw it. Y'all can't tell me that it didn't. Miles Turner used to shoot threes in Mitch's face. The game we lost in Chicago with Lauri Markkanen went like 7 for from 3. That was Mitchell Robinson's man. And Mitch wouldn't go out there, and Lauri Markkanen bombed away from 3, right? And now we're thinking if you only add Mitch, that those problems will go away. Those things exist, right? And then we're saying, yo, you add Mitch, man, our total defense is gonna be hell no.
So Mitch letting up all them threes for years. How is out of all them years, this year we have the worst 3-point contested field goal percentage when Mitch is not playing?
No, we don't, bro. We don't. OG Anunoby is number 1 in the NBA in contested threes.
And we're still giving up threes. We're still giving up threes. Threes is the reason we're losing.
Threes are the
reason we're losing.
Bro, no less
threes are the reason we're losing.
No, Greeny, no less than 10 minutes ago, you said rebounding was the reason why we were losing. Coach, were you here for that?
And I said the rebounding is the reasoning why we're not losing because of the threes. I said it go hand in hand. I literally said that from the jump. You can go back and rewind the whole thing.
You're saying right now our defense isn't good enough, right?
Our defense is not good enough. It does not.
So listen to me. So this is a one have you done for me lately league, right?
Yep, that's what they say.
Okay. The last 6 games, which are our last most recent games, it's who the team is now. We're number 4 in the league in defensive rating.
Right, bro.
The last 6 games of the year. Last 6 games of the season. If you want to even go back further, the last 8 games, we are 10th in the league.
And what are we in 3-point percentage defensively wise?
And
because that's my whole point. This whole argument is defensive rebound.
Coach, what's our record in those 10 games, Coach?
What?
We're playing great in the last 10 games. We're like 8-10.
We're 8-2 in those. So not only is the defense ideal, the record is ideal, and in all of those games, Mitchell Robinson was absent.
Of course,
mind you, during that span, our offensive rating was 121.3 as well. It was actually even better.
Ivory said we're clearly not looking at Mitch versus Embiid numbers during a player. Bro, that man averaged 30 and what are we talking? That man averaged 30 and 30.
Here we go. See, look, at least I'm not the only one that's crazy.
That man
at least I'm not the only one that's crazy.
Well,
what are we talking about?
Embiid's not making the playoffs.
Well, that too. That too.
Victor Wembanyama, not neither.
You said the Knicks not?
But the thing is,
I said Wembanyama, not.
Oh,
we
Victor
can't
Wembanyama.
make a whole roster transformation decision based on us possibly playing one certain guy. Think about what you're talking about.
I agree with you on that. I didn't say make one roster change for one team or one guy. I never said that. I was saying keep what you have. You know you can stop certain guys in the NBA. Why would you get rid of that piece? Who
aren't we stopping? How much better you want to be than fourth in the league in defense?
Right. And I'm
in 6 games though. I'm not talking. I want the totality of the season. I don't want 6 games. But I don't want this last 6 games. I don't want that.
Isn't that what our team is now, though?
If I want to be a contender of a championship team,
we were in the first game or the team we are now.
No, I don't want that. But I want us to keep getting better. But I also don't want us to settle for what we have right now because we aren't a championship contending team right now.
Hey, and I misspoke about Joel Embiid numbers, everybody. I'm just going to clarify that Joel Embiid didn't average 30 and 13. He actually averaged 33 and 11. So I just want to clarify that. He averaged 33 and 11, not 30 and 13. But bro, the man averaged 33 and 11, and we like, yo, man, Mitch slowed him down.
He did slow him down because I bet you if you read off the percentages of his numbers, they were terrible. Okay. Terrible. They were not even, they were Julius Randle playoff look-like numbers. I guarantee you.
Yeah. Yeah.
To the MVP of the NBA.
Yeah, it's because we were following them. It's because we were following them, bro.
And then it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I think Mitchell Robinson on our team helps us more than it hurts us. That's just me.
I think Mitchell Robinson on another team helps.
And then on top of it, like our team, the way our team is constructed right now, if we make one trade, that's going to be our team for the next 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Like that's how our team right now that we're looking at is the next team we're going to have for the next 3-4 years.
All right, first of all, the trade deadline's what? I mean, the trade window opens in a week, don't it?
It's like February. Yeah, February is like the deadline.
The trade window opened this week.
Yeah, it starts.
Yeah.
Now
deadline's like February.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, right now, we're still figuring out who our bench rotation is technically, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, we know Deuce is concrete, but everyone else has been hurt. Even Campaign hasn't had a long run, you know? So him and Achua are basically part of right now is an 8-man rotation with them guys that Thibs is using. So if we do make a trade, it's not going to be this monumental change in our team. Like as far as it's not going to mess up our chemistry and all that, because right now we don't have chemistry with the rotation off the bench. Our bench has been different every game this year. We've had a different. I would love to see that stat, who the rotation was in the minutes, like each game. We've had a different rotation every game almost.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Deuce has been the only regular, but he was hurt.
But he was even out for a stretch.
Right. So, like, if we do bring, and look, I'm not advocating let's get rid of Mitch, but if this is what they're really they've been trying to trade him for 3 years.
Every time they get a trade in place, he hurt. like, bro, Mitchell Robinson is abusing. I mean, that man legit is abusing workers' comp privileges, bro. That man
acting like it's all
comp for like 3 years, bro.
Like y'all are acting like this is something Freezy and I are advocating for. We're just repeating what the front office is already doing to the guy.
I am advocating for a move. Right. I'm advocating for a move. So I don't want to, and I don't want to put Coach on the same ship as me just for the sake of having him there. What I'm saying in modern NBA basketball, players have to be able to dribble, pass, shoot, rebound, defend. And if you're a specialist, If you're a specialist and you're an expensive specialist, you better be one damn good specialist, right? You better be irreplaceable. And Mitch Robinson ain't that.
I know this is going to be blasphemy to say right now, but Walker Kessler can provide what Mitchell Robinson
For
gonna
1/5
provide
of
for
the
us.
money.
For 1/5 of the money. And he gives us more offense.
Yeah.
He actually averages more rebounds and more blocks than Mitch ever has this year.
Yeah.
But we don't have Walker Kessler. We can't go get him. We can't make a trade to go get these players. That like we have to either we have to deal with Mitchell Robinson or like this is the team that we're gonna have. It's not we're gonna get different guys next year. This is the team we're gonna have for 3 years. If we're gonna win the championship, we're gonna have to win with this team with like 1 or 2 more moves. There's not gonna be like 3 or 4 more trades. It's gonna be 1 or 2 more moves, and that's it.
Yeah,
I
1 or 2 is Mitch. Mitch is the last goodbye of the old group.
So Walker Kessler is not here, right? But guess who else is not here?
Mitch Robinson.
Mitch Rob.
Right. These are the things. These are the things. That's why I'm saying. First of all, welcome to the Mitch Morning Drive, everybody. Right. Every show turns into the Mitchell Robinson.
Mitch isn't on the Knicks either. You wake up.
Right. Mitchell Robinson is.
I'm just saying, man. I'm not trying to make no points. Like I'm not trying to defend Mitch. I'm coming at my point of this is we are sucking at the rebound, which is leading to open threes. And this is the team we gotta have. Like we gotta have this team to win the championship. We're not contenders right now. Like we're not. And I know I don't want us to be contenders right now. I'm not expecting that. But like we need to be better. Like we got to be better. The bar of our standard has to be set high if we want to be championship contenders. We can't just settle. There's no more settling. Like there's no more settling.
We're not settling. By the way, we're the best offense in the league. Only 24 games into our existence.
Right.
As this team. Think about that.
And this is the 4th best rated offense of all time. And we want to change that because we want Mitch to play. And I like Mitch, bro. Personally, I think Mitch is a great person. I follow him on Instagram. I think his posts are fire. I think Mitch has really grown up and become a man. Right. And so for the Mitch fans, I think Mitch has really grown up into a solid man. Right. Based on the way that I follow him on social media. Because when I first started following him, he sounded like a chick. And I used to be like, yo, Mitch, get out your feelings.
Yep.
You always out here crying.
Even in the press conferences.
Yeah, you out here always. Now I think Mitch is a man. Now, and that may seem disrespectful. Mitch Robinson might not like to hear me say it, but I'm telling you the truth as I see it. He went from an over-emotionally young dude to a man's man right now. And Mitch might not like the way I say that, so what? Right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everybody has an expiration date. Everybody. Even Michael Jordan had an expiration date, bro, for what they bring to the table. And if you don't evolve, that expiration date moves up. Right? Like, for instance, is Rudy Gobert worth $50 million? Nah. But who is easier to trade, Karl Anthony Towns or Rudy Gobert? Cat is easy to trade because nobody is going to pay you $50 million for a souped-up Mitchell Robinson, bro. They stuck with Rudy Gobert. Right? Look at their rank. Cat is gone, right? And look how mediocre they look. Right? Cat's gone. Look how mediocre they look. Cat is here. Look how souped up our offense looks. Right?
We all knew that was going to happen.
But to my point,
what was Minnesota's defense last year? The Cat on that team.
I think they were top. What are they? They were top 7. They were the best.
They were top defense. They had top defense
last year with Cat.
So, my case is rested. If they had the best defense with 2 7-foot big men playing center and power forward, why we don't do the same thing?
Coach, you hear this, Coach? So now Mitchell Robinson is Rudy.
So
Gobert.
we don't got the wings to do that. We ain't got the wings.
Mitchell Robinson is a 4-time defensive player, 2-time defensive player of the year now. Average 13.
You don't got to take look. You ain't got to take Mitchell Robinson out the game in playoffs for defensive schemes.
Yes, you do.
And you defensive player of the year.
Yes, you do, bro. Indiana ran Mitch.
You don't got to take Mitch off the floor, maybe for free throws, not defensive purposes.
Yeah, you do, bro. You got it. Yeah. You're not playing Mitch in those. You're not playing Mitch in those moments. I can point out a specific game that Mitchell Robinson on the floor in a late game situation lost us the game. I can point out to
how many times in Mitchell Robinson's career has he lost us the game?
I'm gonna give you the example, right?
Like how many times was Mitchell Robinson a headache? More like not in help.
You asked for the you stated that you don't
he
have
was in the training room and not on the court.
When they were dribbling right past him with a mismatch and not passing him the ball, and you're faulting Mitchell Robinson for that?
No,
are you serious? When we were not an assist team, when we could barely average 22 assists a game?
That's not what I'm. Nope, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. What I said is I have a clear example, and the clear example is this. Right here's the clear example. The Knicks are up 5. Right, Mitchell Robinson is on the floor. They don't pick up Tyrese Maxey. In transition, Tyrese Maxey hits a logo 3. Bim. Right? You can't guard that, right? The Knicks go and the Knicks go down on the other floor and push the lead back up to 3, right? And all the Knicks have to do is watch them miss and get the rebound, and we going home, gentlemen sweep. Tyrese Maxey identifies Mitch and dribbles to the 3-point line and pump fakes, right? Pump fakes. And Mitchell Robinson fouled him at the 3-point line, and Tyrese Maxey made all 3 free throws, and then they beat us in overtime. Hey, chat, don't act like Mitchell Robinson didn't foul Tyrese Maxey at the 3-point line, and Tyrese Maxey made all 3 of those free throws, and we didn't go to overtime. These are facts. That actually occurred.
That is a fact. That is a fact. But you're talking about a 5-game series.
We was watching the game together.
You're talking about a 5-game series where 3 out of the 4 games, Mitchell Robinson locked Joel Embiid down to average 37% from the field.
Bro, he didn't shoot 37% from the field, man.
37% from the field.
No,
for MVP.
No, he didn't. He shot 44% from the field.
That's terrible.
With one leg.
I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the numbers right now. Yeah, he shot. But the thing is the reason why he didn't shoot is because that man came back from injury and still gave us 33 and 11.
I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't tell the refs to call 15 fouls for him each game. I didn't tell him to do that neither. So Joel Embiid, all right. So Joel Embiid got ran over by Deuce McBride while he was setting the screen. He was getting hacked. Deuce McBride can run over Joel Embiid.
Welcome to the Mitch Morning Drive, everybody.
Come on now.
We can't even talk about.
Then Joel Embiid had to even the playing field and take Mitchell out, and he still couldn't do nothing.
And you know, he took Mitch out, right? And guess what Mitch did? He went out like a sucker. That man dragged him to the ground and twisted his ankle. That man put the Chris Jericho on Mitch.
Because why he did that? Because he couldn't do nothing on Mitchell Robinson at all. He couldn't dribble. He couldn't rebound. He couldn't even pass. Mitchell Robinson was all over his case. All over it. Like, Maxey would have did the same step back 3 on Hartenstein. It would have been the same thing. I don't know. I might be crazy. I think Mitchell Robinson helps us more than he hurts us. That's just my case. I think he helps us way more than he hurts us.
I would trade Mitch for a pack of Newports and Puma sweats right now.
And all right, you do that. Who's your backup center?
I'll find one off the street.
We're trading for him.
That's bad. That's bad. That's bad.
I'd play Huck Party.
You know what's bad?
He is terrible. He's terrible. He will get destroyed by Joel Embiid on one leg.
Why is everything about Embiid?
Because it's that one moment, bro.
Y'all acting like he's Michael Jordan or something.
It's that one. It's that one.
I'm not saying he's Michael Jordan.
It's that
he has multiple Mitch Robinson.
What I'm saying is we can't make a team-wide decision based on the ability of a guy to cover one or two guys that might give us a problem in the playoffs. Who is Mitchell Robinson going to defend against the Celtics?
Nobody.
He's going to go out and
who is he not going to defend? He don't have to rebound because you got Cat Towns there. You don't he like that's what y'all not thinking. Who's going to guard Cat? Who on the Celtics can guard Cat? You can't put Porzingis on him. Who's going to guard Mitchell Robinson?
I'm talking about. I know there's not a problem on the offense.
With a team like the Celtics that chucks a lot of threes, is going to be a lot of rebounds, right? We seen the Cavaliers beat the Celtics. Why? Because they have two big centers that can rebound. They chuck threes. So now if you have Cat and Mitchell Robinson, that's a mismatch for the Celtics all day. Any way you look at it, they have no four to guard neither one of them.
Wait. So you saying Cleveland?
Mitchell Robinson isn't chasing down 3-point rebounds. That's Josh Hart stuff.
Right.
Like 3-pointer rebounds are chase down rebounds.
Hey,
Mitch ain't chasing down nothing but the ambulance.
Right.
I'm not asking him to chase down no rebounds. I'm asking him to contest a 3-point shot on Porzingis. That's what I'm asking him to do. While you guys, like you said, you want Karl-Anthony Towns aveaging 13. You want him to rebound, right? Who's going to grab the rebound over Karl-Anthony Towns? Who's the Celtics power forward?
All of a sudden, Mitch can guard the three.
Porzingis, all right. So Porzingis is going to dribble drive past Mitchell Robinson and go up on Cat Towns. Like, come on now, let's be serious.
But who's in the cover? Who's Cat?
Come on now, like, be serious. He's gonna dribble and lay it up over Archua all day.
He's not gonna do that, right? He's gonna hold the ball until Jason Tatum becomes open and watch Jason Tatum roast Josh Hart for 48 minutes. That's what he's gonna do. You like that matchup, right? Put Mitch on the floor. So Josh Hart can guard Jason Tatum. That's what he's gonna do.
Why would you have Josh Hart on the floor with Mitchell Robinson? Why wouldn't it be OG and Bridges? Why wouldn't it be your top defenders?
It doesn't matter. In that point, the point that I'm making is teams hunt for advantage matchups, right? And so even if it's not Tatum roasting Josh Hart, it's gonna be Drew Holiday roasting Jalen Brunson, or Derek White losing Mikal Bridges through the wash. Right? It's gonna be Jalen Brunson having to guard Jaylen Brown on the perimeter. Right? Teams are gonna hunt those advantage matchups. It's the reason why you pull Mitch away from the rim so that those advantage matchups go into the rim favor Boston. It's the reason why they traded for Porzingis. It's the reason why we have Cat. Before Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby has never dunked this much. Because we hunt the advantage mismatch. That's why, and when you put Mitch on the floor, you don't have those advantage mismatches on offense. And defensively, he's a just in case center gets hot tight matchup. Mitch, we gotta trade Mitch for whatever. We gotta trade Mitchell Robinson for a pack of Lucky Stripes and a Pepsi Cola, bro. No disrespect to Mitch because I like him, but there's a time and place for everything. And right now, the time and place for Mitch is not with this team, not as he has been. If he comes back different, if he comes back with some touch around the rim, if he comes back hitting his free throws, if he comes back with the ability to stay healthy, then we have a different conversation, right?
So in this conversation, Mitch Robinson's gone. Who's your center that you want?
I can go. Aerial hug party.
No reality. Like, is Ariel Hawk Porty going to make us championship contenders?
Bro, we have 3 centers on the roster right now. What's the point? We have already.
Are they making us championship contenders?
Bro, I have faith in Jalen Brunson and Cat, bro. I don't think Mitch is our savior.
This is what gets me. On a team that's got 2 legitimate people are murmuring about, like, MVP level candidates, we think Mitch Robinson is going to be our freaking savior. Do you hear?
I never said that. I never even said that.
There's delusional people in our universe that think this. Just wait till Mitch comes back. We literally have the best starting lineup in the league.
Right.
And we're got to wait till Mitch comes back just because we're giving up a little more points than we should. Dude, the last 6 games were the number 4 defense in the league. How much more better do you want to be?
But who did we verse in the last 4 games? Like, the last teams they weren't nobody. They were shit shows.
Okay.
All the teams the last 4 teams we versed are not championship contenders. Okay, they're not.
Go through Cleveland and Boston's schedule too. We're all playing the same teams here.
Right.
Trust me.
It's the same. Everybody playing the same teams. What are we talking about?
It's so funny how when people want to make an argument and push the goalpost for their point, they have amnesia when it comes to other teams who they play. They want to use that excuse for our team when they're trying to.
Data only matters when it favors Mitch, bro. That's it. And coach,
he blocked KD once. I actually just saw that.
Right, and coach, and you know what else the Mitch fans say? And no disrespect, again, no disrespect to Mitch, right? But Mitch fans will say, "Man, look how he dominated Cleveland." But you know what they won't say? Look how Miami dominated him in the next round. You notice that? You notice that, right? Man, he shut down Cleveland, and then bam, to the woodshed. Right.
That was because we cannot hit a 3 that whole series. We all know this. Like, this is what I don't like when we can't admit. Like, our offense we had the worst offense. We couldn't even it was all Brunson, and we're gonna put that on Mitchell Robinson when they don't even pass him the ball.
Hey man, I've seen Mitch in person about 20 times, right? I've seen Mitch in person about 20 times, bro. Mitchell Robinson is not the type that you're going to force feed the ball. For one, when he's a roller, he never opens up his chest to look for the ball. The ball handler is always looking at the back of Mitch's head. You can't throw him the lob if he doesn't know the lob is coming. And no matter how much you say that to him, those are instincts, right? Those are instincts. Those are something you can't teach a 27-year-old that right now because he's supposed to learn that when he was 6. He don't have it, right? The other thing is when you try to pass Mitch the ball in traffic, it's like rolling the dice, right? You're not going to be able to give that man the ball. He's not a in-traffic catcher, right? He's an above the head catcher. That's why he rebounds well. You got to throw him and that's why he's a rebounder. He's not an offensive hands guy, bro. Right?
But my thing is, you didn't even develop him to be that. Like, anybody can catch the ball. Like, we always taught that. Yes, you can. But if you don't give him the ball, he's not going to catch it. That's like if you're a boxer, you've been hit with 300 haymakers. If somebody throw a haymaker, you're going to flinch. You're not going to just sit there. Like, like you said, it's instincts. It's going to happen. If you don't pass him the ball, he's not expecting it. So, yes, he's going to run down the lane to try to get the offensive rebound because you ain't been passing it to him for the last 450 times.
It's amazing how Mitch has a problem catching the ball with this offense, and Ariel Huck Porty slides right in and catches everything.
He do not be catching everything, and Jericho Sims don't either.
Right.
Oh, I know that.
Right. Well, Jericho Sims is the Mitch archetype.
Hawk Porty and Jericho Sims need to be combined together to make the center that we need. Neither one of them give us what we need from me. That's why we don't play them.
Yeah, Ari Hawk Porty.
They don't give us what we need.
Hawk Porty's defense has been trash. His offense, to me,
yes,
is on the way. But
it's good.
Is awful.
It's bad. He's out of position.
Yeah, he don't.
And like for me, I thought Hawk Porty was the answer. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was the answer.
Yes, Jay, salute.
I thought he was, but
look, I'm not saying our team is done and we're ready to win the championship tomorrow. Okay, the point I'm trying to make is this: if we were already a team that has been at the core already together, like the teams that are ahead of us in the standings have been, Cleveland and even Orlando, even without Banchero, who we beat the brakes off of, by the way. Those are all teams that have been all playing together for a couple of years now.
Right.
So those teams, they are who they are.
Right.
Okay. They're only going to improve. We know what they are. Our team is, if you look at the standings, all of a sudden, Cleveland and Boston are starting to look normal. We're only about 3 or 4 games behind in the loss column.
Right.
Okay. We're creeping, and they're coming back down to earth. Okay. And our team, it's about getting better as the season goes along, right? We want our team to be at its best towards the end. So you can't start using the argument with me how trash our defense, it still is trash in moments. It is, I agree. It needs to be better, 110%. It needs to be better, I agree. But it's trending in that direction. I don't care who we played. Okay, we're the team that we wanted. We're trying to be. All you guys are saying, "Oh, we got to have a top 10 defense." Well, the last 12 games of the season, we're a top 10 defense. Go look up NBA team advanced stats. That's what tells you.
Wait, no. First of all, you're trying to tell a passionate fan to do research. You know that never works. You know, passionate fans don't they don't research, bro.
To me, you're not a passionate fan. If you're that
passionate, if you don't research, you're
all up in it.
Yep.
I'm balls deep.
Your own numbers.
Bro,
me too.
Passionate fans won't do that, bro.
Like,
Coach, let me just do this real quick, Coach. Let me just do this real quick. It's 24 minutes before the hour. If you have somewhere to be at 10 o'clock, you need to get your hustle on, be on the way. And I think Greeny needs some help with this Mitchell Robinson argument. So I'm gonna see if I can find somebody. Just give me a split second. I'm gonna just.
Let's go. I mean, I don't even listen.
Greeny's the only
Thank you,
one.
Ivory. Thank you, Ivory. Thank you.
This coming from the king of the son of a Mitch's group.
You're saying ridiculous stuff. Trade him for a pack of Lucky Stripes. This is the type of nonsense that fans.
Lucky Stripes.
That's what fans talk about.
He said Newports. Get it right.
And by the way,
this is the passionate friend I want.
Mitch held the MVP of the league to 35% shooting from the floor during that playoff series and 27% from 3. So are we not saying that that's not great?
Coach, would you mind looking that up for us?
Yeah, I got it right here. I wish I could post it right here. Versus Mitch, he averaged 35% from the field during the playoffs. Versus Mitch, he averaged 27% from 3. I can show you the stats right now. I wish I could share my screen. I would. I'm telling you right now, you're not reading the correct stats. You're reading his overall stats, not what he did versus Mitch.
Mitch played that. First of all, Mitch didn't play that many minutes. I guarantee that. How many minutes did Mitch play in them games? 25.
You want to add up the minutes? Mitch was hurt, coming off an injury, and coming off the bench at the time. But the point is, what did he do when he was in the game?
The sample size doesn't matter,
Coach. What
did
he do when he was in the game?
But you're talking like he was the one that was locking him down.
He did. Are you telling me that when you hold an MVP to 35% shooting from the floor, that's not locking him down?
That's a small sample size.
That's not locking him down?
That's a thimble full of sample, bro.
Oh, so now it's not a big enough sample size. But
you did that in the most important time of basketball. You did it to send him home in the most important time.
The most important games of his career. It was the most important games of MVP.
At that point, the sample size don't even matter because you sent the MVP home in the first round. What is a sample size?
Exactly.
I'm searching for it right now, Coach.
I got it. I'll give you the link. I'll put the link in the chat. I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
Okay, because make sure you include minutes. Minutes.
It's got everything there. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull it up. Embiid versus Mitchell Robinson playoffs. That's all you got to search for.
Viewer discretion advised, chat. Viewer discretion advised.
I got the whole.
I want to see the.
Hey, look, I love my Knicks. I didn't want to start this big old war, man. I love Mitch Rob. I love anybody that wears a Knicks jersey.
And y'all are trying to find a way to kill Mitchell Robinson.
You didn't
I don't understand it. Every night, this is the Mitching hour where we kill the best defensive player on the team, the best defensive big.
The
best defensive big on the team.
Nah, I think OG. I think OG is.
OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges.
We can't defend the rim and we can't get a rebound, and y'all are killing the best player on our team that does it.
Mitch is better than Mikal Bridges.
We're 10th in the league in paint defense.
Who both made all NBA defense, and Mitch did not. Both
hey, all I'm gonna say is
on their resume.
Check it out.
All I'm gonna say is smash that like and subscribe to the channel, baby. We do this every morning.
Get some truth the next time y'all have this conversation. Check out that link, and then y'all tell me what's up. Tell me that that's not getting it done.
Mitch, this is the reason why I'm beefing, bro.
I love my Knicks fans.
And no one has got there saying,
bro,
we need to replace
Mitchell Robinson. Listen, Mitchell Robinson played 30 minutes, 18 minutes, 12 minutes, 25 minutes, and 18 minutes.
So what? What's your point? For one other player, what is your point?
What's the point?
What's your point?
Give me his plus minus in them 5 games.
Oh my God, bro.
What is your point?
What are we talking about, man?
Oh, now
if I have to explain my point, then I'm not going to waste my
you
breath.
do need to explain your point because when he's on the floor, he's effective. That's all that matters. Because he didn't play more is the coach's call, not his.
But Embiid played the whole game.
So who gives a shit what Embiid played? Check the numbers. The numbers say when Mitch is on the floor, he held Embiid down. That's it. That's it. You can't talk about when he's not on the floor.
You can't even speak to reason with someone that's got their mind made up about.
How about you read what Reddit said instead of what Bruce Ivory said? How about you read what Reddit said?
Reddit. Reddit's a blog.
We don't need to read Reddit.
Here's what I have.
We don't need to read Reddit.
I have it.
I ain't have to read Reddit. This is a Greenie. This is a Greenwich. We don't have to read Reddit. This is Greenwich. Greenwich came up with this.
That man put the Reddit post out there. It says Mitchell Robinson had the 3rd best defensive rating behind Precious Achiuwa and Bojan Bogdanovic. Are we legit saying that Mitchell Robinson was 3rd behind Precious and Bojan Bogdanovic? Now, Bojan Bogdanovic and Precious Achiuwa are elite defenders.
Precious is an elite defender. He can guard 1 through 5. Precious is not an elite defender. What are we talking about here?
According to
stat that goes on in this podcast that really bothers me. But without a doubt, right now, the best big man defender on the team is Precious. There's no question about it.
Okay, according to StatMuse, Joel Embiid has averaged 34.2 points, 11 rebounds, and 5.6 assists in 5 games versus Mitchell Robinson in the playoffs. He shot 45% in that series.
In the series. Who started in that series versus Embiid?
Yeah, but I was about to say he came off the bench, so we know you just read off the minutes, so that the minutes, yeah.
So this is the thing.
What happens when Mitch is on the floor? I feel like this is totally ignored. The guy can only perform when he's playing.
So this is the part that y'all are missing. The part that y'all are missing, and I keep pointing this out. Mitchell Robinson always has help. And then when you look at Cat has 0 help. And y'all are comparing these like they're apples to apples. Mitchell Robinson, hold on. Mitch always has a center just as good as him, playing defense just as good as him on the floor. So the Knicks have 48 minutes of rim protection.
That's a lie. Tell me who's the other center.
You telling me?
Who's the other center playing with Mitch? Who's the other center playing?
No, Hartenstein was. Hartenstein was.
He did not play with Mitch. He did not play on the floor.
No, he's saying when one is off the floor, the other one is on. I see what he's saying. But if he's saying that, it fits more into what I said.
I'm not just saying that, right? I'm saying that Mitch always has help with a guy that he can trade minutes with, right? But what I'm also saying is Mitchell Robinson, for his entire career as a Knick, has always had a power forward on the floor next to him. Cat, in his reign, he had 25 games or whatever it is, has not played with a 6'9", 250 power forward, right? Whether that guy is Marcus Morris, whether it's Bobby Portis, whether it's Taj Gibson, whether it's Julius Randle, whether it's OG Anunoby. Obi Toppin, right? Whether it's any of those guys, Mitch has always been on the floor with a 6'9", 6'8" power forward, and Cat is on the floor with Josh Hart.
I don't think anybody in this world would choose any of those players except for Randle over OG Anunoby as far as being their power forward on the floor. No one would choose any of those players to be their power forward.
OG Anunoby is not a power forward.
He's not, but he's better than every single person you just mentioned.
That point, every single last one don't make sense. OG Anunoby can't be a weak side rim protector and an all-ball defender at the same time.
Listen, right? He is what he is. He's the power forward.
No, he's not the power forward.
He's the power forward.
Hold on.
Let me just say, the basketball guy on the panel is telling you OG is not a power forward.
He's not a power forward, but we're playing him at power forward.
OG Anunoby can protect the rim at times when he's in the vicinity. OG Anunoby is an on-ball defensive stopper.
Great, but right now he's playing power forward for the Knicks.
When he's in the vicinity, he can help you at the rim.
He starts.
But OG is not going to let Josh Hart defend Jason Tatum and then be at the rim waiting for rebounds.
Call it
that makes zero sense.
Call it what you will. But he's starting at power forward for the team. That's who he is.
I'm telling you that Mitchell Robinson played with Bobby Portis.
Oh, big deal. How many rebounds does Bobby Portis get a game?
Julius Randle and Obi Toppin, and you're like,
how many rebounds does Obi Toppin get?
Better than them.
How much rebounding and defense do you get from Obi Toppin and Bobby Portis? I mean, what I'm hearing right now is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Bobby Portis and Obi Toppin were the worst examples of a forward I've ever seen.
But you're acting like Mitchell Robinson isn't even that great of a defensive rebounder.
No, he's
Mitchell Robinson.
He's never averaged.
He acquiesced to Randle on the defensive boards. If you look at the Knicks team and see how they defensive rebounded while he was here, they were always tops in the league at defensive rebounding. Why? Because the guy that boxed out the absolute most was Mitchell Robinson. It's in the stat books. You don't have to listen to me. Mitchell Robinson boxed out more than any player in the league.
Come on, bro.
At our defensive.
So what about the rebounds that? What about the rebounds that Hart and Randle got for the 23 minutes that Mitchell Robinson didn't play?
Hold on. I just want to calm the situation down.
Minutes a game.
Because look,
you're acting like he's in the game, affecting the game.
Look.
Mitchell Robinson does affect the game, and the fact that you don't see that, coach, is part of the problem.
I do
Mitchell
see
Robinson
it.
Is an impact player on the defensive end.
I just don't think he impacts it as much as you think
he
impacts it. I don't think he impacts it as much as you think.
Yeah, he does, and he does. He definitely does, and Uncle Freezy just made the point. Like he just made my point. He made my point with how I started the conversation. I literally said, OG rebounding, he can't contest the three. That's what I said. That's why I was making the point for Mitchell Robinson to come back. That's why I was making that point for Cat to play the four. He literally just said what I was trying to say. We don't need
a lot of most rebounding categories. So I don't know why do you think we're such
but I need the number one contested 3-point field goal defender to be on the 3-point line, not trying to defend and get rebounds. He needs to be on the perimeter.
Knicks are tied for 17th, a three-way tie. So basically, they're 19th in the league at defensive rebounds per game total. I don't want to hear
terrible
statistics. The fact is, we don't get as many rebounds as every other team in the league, as 20 other teams in the league.
So one guy is going to miraculously do that. You're wrong.
One guy is going to make a big difference in that. A big difference in that. A huge
big.
Oh, one guy.
We thought Achua was going to do the same thing. We thought Achua was going to do the same thing.
Achua should be starting.
It is a Thibs problem. It definitely is a Thibs problem. We all know that. Yes.
And because teams are chucking threes against us because they're trying to keep up with our offense.
No, they're chucking threes because they're wide open. Breaking
wide
news.
open. Wide open.
Didn't you see how we protected the paint the first 15 games of the year? We were terrible in the paint. So now we pack the paint, leaving the three wide open. That's why we get beat by every team who could shoot threes.
Who are we packing the paint with?
Everybody. That's why we're leaving the three so wide open. We got everybody in the paint because we were terrible in the paint.
That's a Thibs thing, though. That's a Thibs thing. No, that's a Thibs thing. No, I've seen the point guard.
I think you guys watch different games than I do, bro.
No, that's Thibs thing. Not Thibs thing.
So bad at rebounding and paint
every game.
Hey, coach, I'm going to open the spreadsheet to track the Mitch excuses, bro. I'm gonna do that right because what happens is I think what's happening is the fact that I brought up that Mitch plays with centers and power forwards. They were like, nah, that's not a factor. We're saying legit Mitchell Robinson on the floor with a dude that got a $30 million contract and another dude that was all NBA and an all-star did not play, did not factor into Mitch's production. Isaiah Hartenstein got $30 million a year, and Julius Randle was all NBA and an all-star. Or not this year, he wasn't. But with Mitch, he's made all NBA twice and made the all-star team 3 times with Mitch. And we think Mitch don't benefit from that. Coach, is that accurate? Did Randall make the all-star team 3 times with Mitch on the roster?
Yeah.
Did Randall make all NBA twice with Mitch on the roster? Absolutely he did. But the way we make it sound is that Mitchell Robinson is the key and everybody orbits around Mitch.
No one says that, Freezy, and you keep saying stuff like that and saying stuff like, oh, y'all think he's going to be the savior. You and Coach are the only person using that word savior. What we're saying is the Knicks will be better. And y'all keep turning it into, oh, y'all think Mitch is the answer. Mitch makes us better, period.
I've seen you and 6 or 7 other people say that start like 3/4 of your sentences when Mitch comes back.
So when Mitch comes back, our defense and rebounding will be better. Period.
No, it will be better. Though.
It will be fixed. You say will be fixed. You say problem will be fixed when Mitch comes back. That's the word.
I mean, we said the same thing about P. Chua. We said the problem was going to be fixed when Achua got back, and it's not.
Listen, when Achua plays with Cat,
it's not.
That defense looks good.
Achua has been back 3 games,
and we're a lot better.
Precious has been back 3 games, and we're 2-3. What are we talking about?
Right. I think when
Precious the one game when he sat Cat down for Precious to show, he didn't show up that game. We needed a big man. Sims was nowhere to be found. Hawkporty was nowhere to be found. Achua didn't step up.
Achua is very effective at that power forward spot because of his flexibility on defense and because he provides that extra big man underneath the rim when Cat is out on the perimeter. I actually think that if Mitch is back and Precious is back, Precious is a better fit with the starters than Mitch, in my opinion. I think Precious provides that flexibility that we really need defensively that we just don't have right now, and the extra rebounding we need. We need a better defense.
I agree. We're better. Yes, of course we're better when Mitch is back for sure. But
because of depth.
I'm not.
For the mere fact that Tim won't be playing.
I'm not valuing him as this like all of a sudden the defense is going to be head and shoulder. Our defense is going to be better when he comes in. Our backups, like instead of Sims or freaking Hawkporty being in, you know.
Coach, they trying to put Mitch face on the $50 bill, bro.
my advocacy, me being an advocate for Mitch being moved, is because it's backing the front office.
Move for
the
who?
front office has been wanting to move him for 3 years.
So because the front office, because you heard some rumors, we heard
working.
rumors every year about Randall. Did you say, "Oh yeah, I agree with the front office. Let's trade Randall"? I agree with the front office. So you agree with everything the front office says? You didn't say that when they were trying to trade Randall, right?
Yeah, because I didn't agree with who they were trying to trade for.
You didn't know who they were trying to trade him for.
But the point is, if I may inject,
they tried trading
is
Mitch.
They eventually traded Randall. That's the point.
And they tried
traded Randall.
They tried trading Mitch. They tried trading Mitch for Towns. It's not a.
They've been trying to trade everybody for as long as I've been here. We've heard every single name on the team be involved in a trade.
I'm not talking about what I've heard from these other nickel and dime Knicks shows. I'm not talking about the ones that do clickbait. I'm talking about when the real news comes out after the fact, when the trade's been denied. I'm talking about those trades.
Yeah, but
Mitch has been put up in like 3 or 4 big trades, and the other team has declined the trade.
Oh, what? They declined to get Randall also 1 million teams. Does that mean Randall has no value?
I didn't say Mitch doesn't have value.
But they traded Randall though. And
I think Mitch has value. I just want to get the value we need.
The point is whether they trade Mitch or not is up to the team. Whether they trade Mitch or not is up to the team. My point is, do you think this coach and this management team thinks that our defense and our rebounding is okay? And the answer is probably not, right? If they don't think it's okay, what can we do about it? The fact of the matter is the easiest thing to do is to wait for Mitch. The easiest thing to do is not to go invent some trade for some player that is on some other team and valued by another team. That throws off everything.
Is that the easiest thing?
Throwing off what?
Is that the easiest thing or the only option? The only option in my mind is to wait for Mitch Robinson to get healthy because we don't have a choice, right?
I mean, they could pull off some other trade, but I think that takes away, once again, from the depth we would have because they're going to have to give up more than one player. If they're making a trade for someone who's as good as Mitch, they're going to have to trade up more than one player. They're not going to take
as good as Mitch. I mean, in what though?
If we make a trade, I think they're going to trade for a big.
Right? No, listen to my question though. Listen to my question. If that player is good as Mitch, why would you trade for him when you already have Mitch?
That's my point. That's why I think all these rumors are silly.
And they're actually going to be available, not hurt all the time.
He might be a better fit though, Freezy. He might be a guy who can shoot. He might be like a power forward, like you were saying. I think that's the perfect fit.
But that's a different type of being as good as Mitch. That's what I'm saying. Are you trading for the archetype, or are you looking to diversify the skill set?
I think they're trying to diversify the skill set. If they do anything, they're trying to get a power forward who can rebound, pass, and shoot. That's a very hard thing to find, just like it's hard to find from a center position. It's very difficult to find, and that's why waiting for Mitch is probably the only option because you're not going to find this guy out there, this multi-skilled power forward out there who could do all that stuff. It's very hard to find.
For that reason, y'all are saying move Cat to the 4.
No. No. I think you should leave Cat at the 5, but put Precious at the 4, and then just bring Mitch off the bench to replace Cat and give Cat some minutes. But I think you need a guy like Precious right now at the 4, and I think Precious should be starting at the 4 because our defense sucks.
I agree
it's just
with that.
terrible.
As much as I like what Josh is doing, he can still have the same impact on our team and play almost the same amount of minutes coming off the bench.
I agree. There's no but here's my only problem with that, and it's because of the way the team is built. We don't have another ball handler, right? And right now, Hart is really playing the role of a very, very consistent second ball handler, right? I mean, without Hart being on the floor, they can really put a lot of pressure on the Knicks. You make Brunson give up the ball, and now we're relying on other guys to do something with the ball that they really are not accustomed to doing. And Hart is the only other guy. Not that Hart has a handle because he doesn't, but it's good enough and better than anyone else in that starting lineup. And he really is very important for being a secondary distributor in that on that starting team. If you take Hart out of that starting lineup, I'm worried that a lot of pressure will. Then you're going to see the dribble again. We're going to see a lot of that, and that's my only worry. That's why I think a guy like Bridges is not the best fit for this team. I think you need a 2-guard who is a scorer, who is a flat-out bucket getter, drive to the hole, pressure on the rim, and can pass. Don't let me say DeJounte Murray's name because I think he's a perfect fit because he can guard 2s as well, but whatever. That's a whole nother story for a different day. But I think you need another guy in that starting role who can actually move the ball and actually be someone who can handle some pressure with handling the ball in a pressure situation. And I think that we just don't have that. And I don't trust Cam to do it. So we just don't have that secondary guy on the floor who can handle the rock and distribute.
Bring Dante back then.
That can't happen until next year.
I think Cam.
And I don't think he's the guy either, really. I don't love his Cam. I think we need a bona fide secondary ball handler because I just don't know what happens when they lock down Brunson. And that's why Hart's playing so many minutes, because he's really the second point guard on the team.
Yeah, because as good as the last 3 or 4 games as Bridges has been shooting now, he's starting to do what we were hoping he can do. He's been a can't get right handling the ball. He's been making some.
I think he's super valuable, Bridges, but like I said, I think when it comes to fit, it's sort of like Mitch. Mitch is valuable, but his fit, right? He doesn't fit with that starting team right now. I think a good power forward who can shoot fits much better. But what I also think that a guard who's a slasher, a flat out slasher, who's an average 3-point shooter, but a flat out slasher with the court being so open, I'm talking about layup line for that dude. Whoever that is. I don't care if it's Zach LaVine.
I was going to say, so you want to get Zach LaVine then?
I don't know who the guy is, but I'm saying a guy that can get to the rim and also pass a little bit would be super valuable on this team while we're playing 5 out. We're playing 5 out. You see even Brunson getting to the hole now much more than he ever did. And that's because we're playing this 5-out offense. But if we had a real like cutter and a real slasher who can handle the ball in those situations, I think that would do wonders for this team. And we might not see this problem until the playoffs, but having Jalen Brunson be the only guy who can handle the ball, I think that might bite us a little bit.
Okay.
And that's off the subject from the big man conversation. And here's my only problem with how we discuss the big man conversation in this particular chat. It's about how we do it. I'm disappointed that Coach and Freezy have let all these other people's comments make them say the things that they said about Mitch. And I think when other people come on and say, well, Mitch is the savior, Mitch is the bomb, Mitch is that might cause you to go the other direction a little bit. But let's not forget what this man did for this team. Let's not forget who puts his body on the line every single play for this team. And it was underpaid most of the time doing it. I mean, the way we talk about our players matters. And when we talk about trading them for lucky stripes or just get rid of them and blah, 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 this is not the way we should be talking about people that have given so much for this team. And I think it's part of what gives us a bad name as a fan base, because we're all about what have you done for me lately. It's part of the problem with society in general. It's not just about what someone did for you lately. Where's the loyalty? Where's the commitment? And I'm not saying we got to keep them forever. I'm saying, hey, let's appreciate what the man did. Let's appreciate what he can bring to the table and not talk about him like he's a he's a limp horse or dog or something like that needs to be put down.
Look, my criticism or opinions on what his value is has no bearing on how I've appreciated him or not, or my appreciation of what he's contributed, okay, or how much I want good for him. Okay, that doesn't, all because I'm saying some of those things, like it's in the Knicks, when Mitchell Robinson plays, the Knicks are 137 and 183 with Mitchell Robinson on the roster, on the floor.
See, this is the kind of
how much of an impact is he?
Coach, what you just said is so utterly ridiculous that I have a hard time responding to it. He's been on the team for 4 years. Do you know what the Knicks were 4 years ago? Who was the starting point guard for the Knicks? By the way, tell me the first.
We made the playoffs 4 years ago.
Who's the first point guard that Mitch has ever played with?
We made the playoffs 4 years ago.
We sucked the last 4 years. Okay,
Ramon Sessions.
We made the playoffs.
Hey, look.
4 years ago.
We had a 500 record and we made the playoffs. We may have even been under 500.
No, we were not. No, we were not.
4 years ago, we were asking Mitchell Robinson to do stuff that he would never ever be good at. That's the thing. Now, the team that we have now, we don't need Mitchell Robinson to do all of that outlandish stuff. No, I'm not asking him to be offensive. I'm asking him to be the best defensive player.
When Mitch is in the game, we play pick and roll.
Why would I ask Mitch to do something that he's not good at? That doesn't make sense.
So
why would I ask him to?
You should change.
We
should change our whole offensive philosophy because of one guy.
You know, this is
who does a couple of other things good.
Coach, you just said
help me understand.
All right,
Convince me.
But I don't understand how the point is so centered about offense. When my point was defense. When I first brought up this conversation, I talked about Mitchell Robinson on the defensive side with rebounding and defending the three. I never talked about him offensively.
And let's be honest, a guy that gives you
I never talked about him offensively.
And a guy that gives you 5 more offensive opportunities a game is not a 0 on offense, guys. Just so you know.
What if though you have a higher field goal percentage than you did when Mitch was here? Does it matter?
It does matter, and it does help that offense, but on those misses and on the other side of the court, the other 50% of the game is where he impacts this team and impacts the game. We keep looking at offense like Mitch is a 0 and he's going to hurt us. Let's be honest. We've seen this team go on very big streaks where they can't make a bucket. So
can I give you another stat?
Will come into play.
Julius Randle's record with the Knicks is 166 and 164.
Okay.
In the same time frame when he played with Mitchell Robinson, mind you. So Mitchell Robinson was 130 something and 183, and Julius Randle was 166 and 164. When he played a bunch of games without Mitch. But the games that
is Mitch an all-pro first-round pick? Is he an all-pro top 5 pick in the draft? You know, you guys keep comparing him to guys that are like making $50 million a year. Mitch has never made $50 million.
No, you guys are comparing him to that. His entire
career, he's never made $50
I'm
million.
not comparing him to that at all. You guys
never made $50
I never compared Mitch to none of that. I never compared. What I said about Gobert is Mitch can be on the floor in the playoffs.
You're comparing his impact to those of the cloth of a Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert is Defensive Player of the Year, and he's on the bench in the playoffs. Mitch Rob is not.
What?
So he's better than Rudy.
Wait, Greeny, are you saying that Rudy Gobert doesn't play in the playoffs?
Rudy Gobert is a defensive scheme against in the playoffs. We've seen this for the last 3-4 years.
I don't know. I'm lost to the point.
So you haven't seen Rudy Gobert get sent to the bench because the teams are taking advantage of the pick and roll, and Rudy Gobert, the Defensive Player of the Year, will not step on the screen. You haven't seen that for the last 3 years. The reason why he's not at the Jazz.
I'm asking you the difference. I mean, I'm asking you just to clarify the point. Like, are you saying that Mitch is a more impressive, impactful defender in the playoffs than Rudy Gobert? Is what you're saying? I'm asking.
I would definitely say he's more versatile of a defender than Rudy Gobert in the playoffs. Yes, he is.
Okay,
he is.
I'm gonna sit this conversation out, bro. I'm here, but I ain't got nothing to say.
This is all
so Mitch Robinson is not a more versatile defender than Rudy Gobert?
I don't know.
Laterally, who do you have? Mitchell Robinson or Rudy Gobert?
I'm abstaining. I'm a conscientious observer on this one. Ivor, you got a response to it?
That's a tough one. You know, I don't know. I think the fact that Rudy is so tough under the rim, that's really his job, right? That's really his main focus. So I got to give that to Rudy Gobert. You know, I would, but that's not, you know, the whole sliding your feet and things like that. That's more of a perimeter thing, which we would never have either one of them out on the perimeter for the most part. I mean, we've seen Mitch get out there and be somewhat effective, but you know, what all this conversation is about for me is, hey, this dude is not the bum that it sounds like on this podcast.
I never said he was a bum.
Yeah, but you guys talk about him like he's a bum.
No,
okay, you
do. You're assuming my intent, and that's when you start having trouble.
Okay, so when you say let's trade him so when Freezy says let's trade him for a box of Lucky Strikes.
So that's Uncle Freezy speaking, not Coach, though.
I just want to know who we trading him for. That's all I want to know.
Coach,
who are we trading him for?
The negativity of Mitch. All you talk about is the negativity of Mitch. And you come around every now and then.
That's all I see.
Appreciate him, but then you jump right back on the bandwagon to say why you want to get rid of him. I mean,
I don't. It's not a bandwagon. I only speak the facts that I see about Mitch. That his whenever we talk about his negatives, Everyone wants to say, "Oh, but he does this well." Okay, well, I'm just saying the things that he doesn't do well.
If Mitch did all those other things well,
all right. So I just
instead of 14.
I just want a realistic. I just want a realistic trade option of who we are getting rid of for Mitch. I mean, who are we getting for Mitch? Like a realistic trade solution that actually works, that actually fits with our assets.
Accept it. Greeny, I already told you. You just won't accept it. I'm trading Mitch for cap space.
So who's your backup power forward? Who's all right? So who's your backup center, Uncle Freeze? Because the point you just made earlier is that we were better with two backup good centers. When Mitch had some or the center that can match and equal the minutes with him. So if you do that, who's our backup center?
With those,
we just seen against the Pistons that our backup center is not working. We just seen it.
Right.
Hey, yeah.
So who is our backup center?
So you missed my point about Huck Party. Right, the point I made about Huck Porty, his defense is trash because he needs experience. His defense is trash because he don't know. Mitchell Robinson wasn't a rim protector when he first entered the league. He was just a super athletic shot blocker. That's it. He developed into a passable, borderline good defender over years because he got playing time. That's the point. My point is, I think y'all take everything out of context. And it's the reason why I have Mitchell Robinson fatigue. Every conversation we had, I legit started the show trying to give Deuce McBride his flowers. And then we tumble down the Mitchell Robinson rabbit hole as we usually do. And then when Mitch gets bashed, y'all getting y'all feelings. Right? And all I wanted to do was give Deuce McBride his flowers for becoming the player we thought he would be. And Coach, Coach, 30 minutes in, where did the conversation go? Down the Mitch rabbit hole, right?
No, every time I talk about the current Knicks, the state of their defense, the state of this, I'm not saying it's Ivory 10. There's some friggin' Mitch hive. Oh, it all get fixed.
I mean, I told them about.
They dropped Mitch bombs.
I just talked about how we could get better. I just talked about how we could get better with the team that we have, like defense, with the assembly we have.
The problem with our defense isn't a personnel problem. That's what I'm saying is we're not going to just insert a guy that all of a sudden our defense is going to blossom into some different defense.
We made it seem like that about Chua. We made it seem like that about Chua.
No, what Chua represents is more reliable depth and less of a drop off or even an improvement in defense when he's in the game.
So there is a drop off between Cat and Huck Porty. That's a drop off.
You asked a question and now I'm answering it. So don't cut me off. Okay, so what I'm saying is in the fourth quarter, where our starters have had a problem, especially, you can go and the stats that you hate that people bring up. Our defensive rating for the whole season in our third quarter is actually in the top 10. But in the fourth quarter, it's in the bottom 3 or 4 because our freaking starters are so tired they can't defend anybody anymore. That's a real thing. And tell me that it's not. It is. It's a real thing.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
So when Achua's there, obviously, you would think if Adolf Tibbler would do the rotations properly, our starters would only have like 32 or 33 minutes going into the fourth quarter, and he wouldn't just play them the whole fourth quarter to kill them. But who knows what he's doing? So I'm hoping quality players coming in will give, and whether that's Mitch or Precious, Cam, and Deuce, that's going to make our starters be their full 100% superstar selves in the fourth quarter instead of this broken down, tired 80% version of themselves with an aching knee or their ankles hurting in the fourth quarter. Because they're out there every damn minute.
All right,
that's my point.
So do you think Thibs is willing? I mean, Thibs seems like he wants to play his best players all the time, right. and never wants to come off of that. So it almost seems like even if you add other players that are decent, who knows if it really changes his behavior all that much? I mean, he does. I think he has a passion for defense, so I think he's going to play Achua, play Precious more. But even last night, I mean, I don't know if that minutes restriction is still on, but he only played 16 minutes. I thought the team played its best when Achua was on the floor with Towns. I thought the Knicks made that comeback. We had a solid D. I mean, we were really playing well when they were on the floor together, but he doesn't seem to like that. It's weird. He took them off immediately. But when they were playing together for that few minutes, I thought the team was looking as good as they ever.
We cut into a deficit twice with that lineup.
I mean, yeah. And I know the plus minus sometimes is weird, but this last game, actually, the 5 players that were plus in the game were Cat, Precious, Deuce, Cam, and OG.
That was the lineup that cut into the lead twice.
Yep. And Bridges, Brunson, and Hart were all negative.
Right. The only time I think that lineup may have stalled is when Campaign. It was one trip down where Campaign shot a 3 before everybody got back down the floor.
Yeah.
But you got to live with that because you got to. Hey man, there's good.
You make some of those sometimes.
Yeah. So you got to live with it. Right, these are the type of things that you have to live with, man. You can't say I like Cameron Payne sometimes and I hate him. You just got to live with it, bro. It's the J.L. Smith thing, right? But the thing I'm talking about with my Mitch fatigue is that regardless of how good this team looks at times or how bad this team looks at times, the immediate conversation is always Mitch is gonna save us, and as a Knicks fan, that's legit overly frustrating, bro. That every live stream, I know that there's gonna be an hour and a half conversation about Mitchell Robinson, who right now is out and is on an exercise bike right now eating a banana, trying to get back. He's not even a factor.
I'm surprised you guys don't laugh that off. I mean, we know that Mitch is no savior, right? We all know that.
The first 2 or 3 times we do, but then we keep seeing it.
But the thing is, you should. But what I was hoping is that you wouldn't let those people that are irrational about his impact change the way we talk about a solid player and a member of our Knicks family. You know, I don't like the way we talk about him. That's my only problem with you guys is sometimes how I hear you guys talking about him. And it does sound like you're shitting on him for a lot of it. It does sound that way. I mean, I'm not the only one that believes that. And it's because
it's life though. It's bro.
But see, is it though? Because I feel like, he's part of our Knicks family. We don't need to kill the dude. We know what he's not good at. We know what he's good at.
So where were you in the first 20 games of the season when those same folks were calling Cat soft? Where were you then?
Listen, calling Cat soft has nothing to do with the impact that Mitchell Robinson brings. And I feel like, and see, you let the talk about Cat change your opinion on Mitch, and that's not fair.
How many times did Mitch start the season 15-9?
Bro, and so just real quick, I just want to say this real quick. The thing is, you pointed out that we should not be shitting on a Knicks player, right? That's what you said, right?
To the extent
for 20 games, including the preseason, Knicks fans were calling Cat soft, and there was nobody using that reasonable defense for Cat.
I'm not sure about that because every single podcast
that was a stereotype.
Everyone was saying, "Yo, what is this stuff about Cat being soft? This is crazy. Where these rumors come from?" Cat being soft is a reputation he had way before the Knicks.
Yep.
So
no. Only the content creator hosts were saying that. Everyone else in the whole chat, they were like deflecting all of it because everyone in chat was saying it.
I know, fellas, but you shouldn't. But what I was disappointed with is you let the comments about Cat impact what you were saying about Mitch. And
that is again, that is not true. You're pinning that on us, right? For one, the Cat conversation didn't start when the Knicks got Cat. The Cat conversation started when the rumors Cat was being traded to the Knicks.
We don't want Cat.
This is 3 or 4 years before Cat even became a Knick. Right. Knicks fans used to say they didn't want Cat because Cat was soft.
Yes, facts.
That's one of the when I first started this channel, That was one of the conversations.
Right.
That we
100%.
don't want Cat because Cat is soft.
100%. I remember the conversations you
saying,
had with what's his name all day about Cat. I mean, he was calling for Cat. You were actually anti at the point.
Right. Because it became the Cat at Night podcast. What I'm saying is the channel will get hijacked to talk about this one topic passionately for years. And when you talk about it for years, you're gonna get that subject fatigue. It's just a part of it. We're natural. Just like you're tired of us bashing Mitch, right? You're tired of us talking about. You have bash Mitch fatigue.
100%.
No
one was bashing him when he was on the court. No one said a word when he was playing.
Either way, you do have that. You get tired of hearing that, right?
Yes.
Right. And my thing is, I get tired of hearing Mitchell Robinson is going to be the savior every show. Every show.
Yeah, but you hear it from yourself. No one else is saying Mitch is our savior. No one is saying that.
Coach.
You're
talking about
reading their comments through Mitch colored eyes, then, bro. Because the way I'm reading it, a lot of people are acting like he's going to fix everything on defense.
Right, bro. What I'm saying is I start to join. Look, man, I'll show you right now. We have topics that I had lined up, and none of them included Mitch. I'll show you, bro. And I prove to you. And I feel like I shouldn't have to. I feel like you know me better than that, right? But we start every show with talking about this guy for some reason, right?
The point I made was,
come on this morning to help defend him.
The reason why,
because he knew I was making good points. That's why he knew the points that I was making were actually reality points.
But here's the deal,
they are good points. They're actual factual points. They're not opinionated points.
Until we fix
I agree with you with 99% of the things you say it happen most of the time. But dude, I'm sorry, the Mitch points, you didn't sway me at all. But none of those things.
It's all good because when the ball get tipped up and he's on the floor, I don't have to persuade you because the ball will.
He's not going
to. I don't have to.
And here's the thing,
he's already played his last game as a Knick.
We talk about him so much because
the same conversation I'm having right now, the same conversation we had about Deuce McBride, and look at Deuce now.
The whole thing. I'm with Top Notch T. This whole thing has gone beyond bananas. Mitch doesn't even have a return date. Right, Mitch don't even have a return date.
Didn't they push it further back?
Yes, the return date was the King holiday, and now we don't even know if he'll be back by the King holiday, bro.
The King's holiday,
right? So the thing with Mitch is this thing, man, goes so far, bro. It's like, why are we even talking about Mitch? He might not even be back this year.
The only reason we bring him up, Freezy, is because defense and rebounding are the biggest issues on the team. And we have a very good rebounder and a very good defender who's waiting to come back. That's the only reason why he gets brought up. Not like he's like, oh my God, that's it. But he's going to make us better. He's going to make us better, period. It has nothing to do with
that is what you say is the number one topic for the team. I say the number one problem for this team is health. I think health is the number one problem for this team and has been for the last 4 years. Right? We can't stay healthy. We can't see what this team looks like at max potential because someone is always missing. Right? Now, whether you agree with that or not, that is my view on it. My view is we can't see this team at full potential because somebody is always gone. Ivory's number one thing is defense and rebounding. Whether he's right or I'm right doesn't matter. The fact is that Ivory is passionate about his part. I'm passionate about my part. Right? I think we're always hurt. Right? And so now that we're somewhat healthy and putting somewhat of an impressive numbers with a team that's not healthy, I'd like to speak to that, but y'all are telling me that this thing would be even better when Mitch get back. Knowing that health is a rock in my shoe. Knowing that I feel like health is the reason why we can't compete with the Celtics consistently. And then so you introduce to the argument like, yeah, Uncle Freezy think that health is very important. But he want to talk about the one thing that we're doing good. I don't want to talk about the one thing we're doing good. I'm going to pick up Mitchell Robinson, who's anti both of those facts, anti-offense and anti-health. And I'm talking about subjects. I'm not talking about his skill set. I'm talking about the subject itself. Offense and health. Mitchell Robinson is anti both of those. to the point we can't talk about Deuce McBride developing into our form of Peyton Pritchard, which you have to have on a championship level team. And we can't talk about how good Cameron Payne has been for us unexpectedly. Cameron Payne has been so good that our second round pick point guard, Tyler Kolek, can barely get off the bench. Those are the type thing conversations I'd like to have.
What are the two things that were the Knicks' problems the last 2 or 3 years?
Health
and offense. Our offense was trash until Brunson came a little bit and gave Randall some help.
Right.
So why are we not talking about the problem that we always did good, which is defense?
Because oh my
God. That's my question. We know the offense is good. We see it. If we've been doing defense well for the last 5, 6, 7 years, even when we were not good on offense,
how many times were we?
That's a problem. That is a problem.
We were in the top 3, and we were in the top 10 in defense the last 2 years. Like last year, the year before that. But we did have a good offense. Just so you know,
we have the top 8.
We only had Hartenstein for 1 year.
We did have a top 8 offense last year and the year before.
We only had Hartenstein 1 year.
What was our offense? We had Hartenstein 2 years.
Our offense last year was number 6. Our offense the year before that was number 7.
Right. Yeah, he's talking about offensive efficiency, not offensive rating. He's not talking about offensive rating. He's talking
about offensive efficiency.
All right, but
2023 was New York.
The guys that contributed to that stat for the season weren't there in the playoffs, unfortunately.
Yeah. So there's a difference.
Randall and OG were not there because they were a part of that stat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's Coach. I think
that regular season.
I think you may be. There's a part of it that was injected in that you might not be accounting for. The reason why the offensive efficiency was good is because the Knicks was an excellent offensive rebounding team. Not because they generated great offense, it's because they grabbed a lot of offensive rebounds and got easy shots at the rim. And that was like our pseudo fallback offense. Just keep putting shots up. We'll grab the board and put them back. Right. But if you're talking about from the playmaking aspect, the Knicks were 29th I think they were either 29th or 30th in the league in assists and playmaking. Yep. Whereas now it's the complete opposite of that, where the rating of it is good, and it's because we share the basketball.
Yeah, we already got more 30 assist games than all last year.
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest change in the offense is the fact that they actually share the ball now. We saw a lot of one-on-one basketball the last 3-4 years, whether it was Randall, Brunson, whatever, a lot of one-on-one basketball. If you look at the assists per game the last 3 years for the Knicks, it's horrible. We're in the bottom 5 every single year from 2021 on. I'm looking at even 2020 now. We were dead last. 2020, dead last. 2021, second to last. 2020, I mean, you name it. We were horrible in sharing the ball the last 4 years. This year is the first year we've actually made an impact when it comes to this.
And see, we don't get to talk about this type of stuff because we go down the Mitchell Robinson rabbit hole. This is why
I think the more impressive stat is assist to turnover ratio. That assist to turnover ratio for us is a very surprising stat for me that I'm very intrigued about.
But if you don't have a lot of assists, you know what I mean? The thing is that the big assist teams have more turnover because they're sharing the ball. They're passing more.
Right.
So I don't know if assist to turnover is
you want it to be.
We're number one. We were number 1 in the league a couple games ago.
Yeah, I know we were like 3rd now, but that's still good. We were terrible in that department for years.
Yo, AT Alien is in the chat. Y'all going down tomorrow, bro. Y'all be the lamb at the altar for our coronation, bro. I'm sorry, AT Alien. AT Alien is my guy. Salute to We Talk Hawks. Those that's our brother channel. Yeah, y'all gonna be the sacrificial lamb, bro. And I'm sorry, but the Knicks fans like lamb chops, so I apologize.
Love lamb chops. Bring them.
Have some hawk wings.
Yeah, man. Don't stink teeny hawk wings.
Fellas, thank you so much for letting me get this off my chest. Be nice to my man Mitch. He's giving us 110%. Be nice to him. Just talk about him the right way. You can be objective and be, but just talk about him the right way, man. Imagine being there. You can't.
Can we talk about him when he get back?
That's fine. That's fine too.
That's reasonable, right?
That's fine.
Okay.
But when Corey Lee or when Greeny says, "Hey, we'll be better when Mitch gets back," I don't think y'all need to get so upset about that. There's nothing wrong with that statement.
Oh my God, bro!
It is.
Don't go back down that hole, man. Don't go back down that hole. Don't go back down.
The reason why we get fired up about it is because we're talking about the current state of the current Knicks that are playing.
Right.
And we're talking about a ghost. He's literally a ghost right now.
We are chasing waterfalls, bro.
Like the current state of the Knicks is they have a bad defense and they don't rebound well.
Technically, the current state of the Knicks is we're a top 10 defense. The last 10
That's
games.
bullshit. Who are you hearing that from?
The last 10 games.
10 games. Come on.
What
about sample size? Talk about sample size.
But you're complaining about the current team, right? So the current team is the team that's been playing the last.
How was the defense and rebounding last night? How was it last night? The defense and rebounding, was it good?
I don't know.
A good team. What we're talking about is getting to be on a contender level. We're not a contender level, and even the last 10 games, we're not a contender level.
Your opinion
in the East. You're the fourth team in the East. How is that not contender level?
We're tied for fourth.
In the East is not a contender. You need to be top 2 to be in the East.
Ivory, listen to what you're saying is unreasonable. The teams above us are mostly healthy. We are not mostly healthy
and have been playing together for 2 years.
Our starting 5, the main 5 guys of our team are healthy. Every team is missing a bench player or 2. Every team. Our starting 5 is healthy. We make excuses saying we're not healthy, but it's our bench guys. Bench guys that you guys shit on every night. Are you talking about now where we don't have our whole team? But you guys shit on them every single night.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I just shit on Sims.
You're pointing out that one guy is out. You're not pointing out the fact that Cameron Payne has missed 5 games, that Deuce McBride has missed 4 games, that Precious has missed 21 games. Mitchell Robinson is not even back. That makes our rotation of players a 6-man rotation with 2 guys coming in for 4 or 5 minutes a night. We basically run a 6.5-man rotation. Right? If Boston was running a 6.5-man rotation, they'd be 14-9, just like us. That's the point that we're getting at, man. We got to relax, like with omitting certain facts to the thing. If we were completely healthy and we were 14-9, I'd be like, Mitch is our savior. But we're not.
15-9.
Oh, 15-9. I'm sorry.
And technically, we're tied. We're tied for the 4th least amount of losses in the league.
Okay.
So the Thunder have 5 losses. The Cavs have 4. The Celtics have 5. Us and the Magic have 9 losses. And then there's 3 teams, the Grizz, the Rockets, and Mavericks have 8 losses. So we're literally only 1 loss away from only having the third or fourth least amount of losses in the whole league, not just the Eastern Conference.
I have no idea what you're talking about. There's 6 teams. I'm looking at Oklahoma City. They got 5 losses, 8 losses.
I'm talking about loss totals, the grouping.
I'm looking at loss totals. Amount. 4 losses for the Cavs, 5 for the Celtics.
Those are the top.
I just named 6 teams that have less losses than we do.
But you know what you didn't? You know what you didn't mention? You didn't mention that Cleveland started the season 16-0. Right? They started the season 16-0. So in the last 10 games that they played, they don't look like a 16-0 team, bro. They have 4 losses. Think about that. They have 4 recent losses after starting 16-0. Does that make them, if we're talking about what have you done for me lately, does that make Cleveland better than us? Or did they just get up to a better start than us?
The Cavs have won 4 out of the 5 last games. The Cavs have won, 7 out of the last 10. I mean, I just don't know where we're going with this conversation right now. The Cavs are a contender
because you make an excuse against the Knicks for one thing, but then you make a different excuse for the other teams That helps their case.
Just
You have to give me an example. I said the Cleveland Cavaliers are a contender. They've been a contender this whole year. And the last how they're playing the last 2 games, their last 4 losses have come in the last 12 games, 10 games. They're still 6-4 in the last 10.
Right, Ivory. Think about what you're saying. They're 8-4 in their last 12 games, and in that same stretch, the Knicks are 10-3. What are we talking about?
I don't get where this conversation is going.
I understand. Okay. So
are we or are we not improving? Is what I'm saying. That's
right.
When you're a new team, when we're out of all these teams we're talking about that are ahead of us, we're the newest team out of all of them as far as starting lineup and new players fitting into.
Now, who's making excuses?
That's not an excuse. That's a real thing.
It's an excuse.
Hey, let me ask Greeny a question before.
So you just get off the bus with 5 guys that have never played each other, and they're going to be
Greeny.
I think you guys are both correct in this. You guys are both correct.
Let me ask you this, Greeny, real quick before I get out of here. Right? What's the best version of the Knicks that you've seen in the last 2 years? The best version of the Knicks.
I don't know. This is the best version I've seen of the Knicks in my whole life.
Last December.
Game against Orlando.
I think the best version of the Knicks was the January Knicks.
Right
when we traded.
Yeah. Last year.
Right.
Yeah, last year. Of course.
Streak, right in January. The reason why I'm asking you this is because the Knicks can get back to the January Knicks, right? The only thing about that is there were some pieces missing in that January Knicks run. You know who was missing in that January Knicks run?
Mitch Rob wasn't there.
Mitchell Robinson wasn't there. Right. Now, am I saying the Knicks would have been worse if Mitch was there? No, I'm saying the Knicks would have been even better if he was there.
Yeah. That was what this whole conversation was about this morning. No player bashing. It was about the Knicks getting better.
Right. And so what I'm saying is even the January Knicks that performed at a high level without Mitch performed well, right? Mm-hmm. Why can't we just let Mitch rehab and get healthy and leave him out of conversation?
Because our defense and our rebounding is still a problem. When Mitch went out,
bring him back today. Bring him back today.
We had
I see what I see.
What is the passion in bashing Mitch?
For tomorrow?
What are you getting out of
people
saying, "Hey, I'm looking forward to Mitch coming back"? Why does that bother you so much?
Mitch Robinson, if you hear this, you better have your ass out there tomorrow because Ivory 10 says.
Tibbs would play him.
Y'all both. Tibbs
gonna play him 38 minutes
back to back, no break.
Y'all both are right. You know what I mean? Like y'all both are right. Uncle Freezy, you're right in the sense of Mitchell Robinson can't do nothing right now. You know what I mean? But when we do have the option for him to come back, he will help our team. He will make us better. It's not, you know.
Why can't we just say? Okay.
I'm not talking. I'm just saying both of you guys are right. It's nothing wrong with both of you guys' opinion. Both right.
Why do you think that we don't appreciate the current Knicks when we say we're looking forward to Mitch coming back? That doesn't mean we don't appreciate what the current team is doing or how impactful they are.
I got one to add.
No, but most of those guys want to put Cat at the 4 and let Mitch start. I'm not saying you're saying that.
Listen, the team. Listen, Cat had an All-Pro year in Minnesota at center, and they spent a boatload to replace him at center. This is a major organization with millions of dollars and millions of management in there. They had Cat for 5 years and they replaced him at center. So for other
they experimented. They didn't replace him. They tried an experiment. They tried an experiment.
Can you let me finish my sentence, Coach? Because they did replace him at center. He had an All-Pro year at center in Minnesota, and they replaced him. They spent a record-breaking amount of assets to replace him at center after he had an All-Pro year. And guess what happened? They went to the Western Conference Finals the first year they replaced him at center.
Hey, Coach, I'm gonna ask you this, right?
I want to let him year.
So for fans to say, "Hey, let's try him at the 4," that's not the most ridiculous thing in the world.
Coach, I'm gonna ask you this because Ivory 10 said they replaced Cat, right? Coach, what 2-year stretch since Mitch has been here that the Knicks have not replaced Mitch? Name a 2-year stretch where the Knicks didn't bring in a center to take Mitch's job.
No center was brought in here to take his job. Every center that was brought in came off the bench.
No, they just took it.
DeAndre Jordan
did not take Mitch's spot.
Yes, he did. DeAndre Jordan came here, and the Porzingis trade.
Who started more games?
That's not true. DeAndre Jordan came here and was the day 1 starter over Mitchell Robinson,
right?
Mitch,
and then after that, they brought in Nerlens Noel.
Nerlens Noel did not start over Mitch. He started for like 2 games when Mitch was hurt, and then as soon as Mitch got healthy, Mitch started the rest of the year. Facts.
It's
a fact. Look it up. Look it up.
Ivory, I'm telling you, bro, I was in Atlanta for 2 playoff games watching Nerlens Noel start at center.
Where was Mitch?
Hurt.
Okay, so if a guy's hurt, that doesn't mean someone took his position.
Okay, all right. 2 years after that, Isaiah Hartenstein comes in and takes his job.
He did not take his job until Mitch got hurt.
Oh, wait. So Mitch, okay. All right. So then
the health is a problem here. Health is a problem here.
After Hartenstein leaves, the Knicks bring in Cat. Cat takes his job. Why?
Well, because Cat is a $50 million player.
Because Mitch is hurt.
Okay, so what? This is not the point. We all know that Mitch gets hurt, but to say that they bring in somebody to take his position every year is not the same as saying he's hurt. What they brought in was replacements when he gets hurt. That's what they brought in. Noel did not start over Mitch for like a week. He did, and then what? Mitch took his spot.
Yeah, and it always seems like they're bringing in a replacement because he's always hurt.
Yeah, well, newsflash, you do need a backup center no matter what team you're on, and right now the Knicks don't have one.
How often is Jokic hurt?
Rarely. If your backup center is always hurt, then you need a backup for him.
Right. Now you need a backup for your backup. And then since your backup is flawed, you need a backup.
Who makes
for your
$14 million?
backup.
How many backup centers make $14 million?
Right now,
it's just a starting
Mitchell Robinson.
How many starting level centers make less than 14?
On the roster that we have right now, I don't have time for Hot Court to develop. That's just really what it is. I don't have time right now for Hot Court to develop. And right now, if I'm going to go with a person that is more developed, more seasoned, I'm going with Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson is not here right now available, but I'm not going to trade him away because he's not available when he can be available and better than somebody you might pick up.
Well, I know it's
that's the reality.
They're not better than Mitch. I don't think they're better than him. I don't think whatever. But you can't tell me you wouldn't be tempted if some of these rumors about Valanciunas or Steven Adams and some of these guys. How would you feel about one of them being on the team?
I love Aquaman. I'd trade for Aquaman right now, bro.
I love Valanciunas too. You're not selling me something that I'm not gonna like. I do like these thoughts, but we don't have them. It's just. It's the same thing like you're saying. Like Mitch not healthy, we don't have those guys. Like it's just the same thing. So I'm going with what we have in house.
If the extent of this conversation is always about Mitch's health, that would be one thing. But where this conversation always goes is trade him for a box of Lucky Stripes. He's not whatever. Get rid of him.
You got to stop
this whole conversation goes. That's a difference. There's a difference between that and saying,
dude,
get it straight.
Can we just say juicy fruit, please? Can we just say a pack of juicy fruit?
Lucky Strikes is throwaway, bro.
They're like 40
Can we say juicy fruit, please?
I say we get them old buggum cigarettes.
Right, bro. Lucky Strikes.
Blow it out.
Cigarette, bro. He acted like we talking about.
I gotta go. Love you, boys. I love you, fellas. Keep it going.
It's not National Eagle, bro.
All right, Ivory.
National Eagles, bro. Yo, Lucky Strike. Smooth. That's why they call him Lucky Strike, bro. You ain't choking.
Yeah.
Bro, and it's not menthol. It's not menthol, but it's smoke like one. You know what I'm saying?
I kept.
Today, guys, I wasn't trying to be a Mitch. I wasn't trying to make it Mitch morning drive. You know what I mean? I was really just trying to think about the ways we can make our team better in house before we go out and trade.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Sure.
But no, like what I'm saying is, and I wanted to give Top Notch T some credit because this is something I was saying to you a while. I think we got 3 roster spots that are getting wasted anyway. Like Matt Ryan, Jacob Toppin, and Sims. Go get us a couple of calls, long dudes. 6'9", 6'10" dudes. Bring them on.
Bro, you be breaking my heart.
They're just wasting roster spots. Sims breaking my heart, bro. 4 years is long enough.
I understand. I understand what you're saying, bro.
You can't learn how to catch a basketball in 4 years.
But you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's an NBA stud. What I'm saying is you draft a guy, you watch him develop, you give him that time, and then watch him not turn into
anything is heartbreaking.
That's the personal level a lot of these people have with Mitch
and Aerial Hug Party, right? Because in 4 years, if Aerial Hug Party hasn't developed, we're gonna be like, you know what?
Party already has a more developed offensive game than Sims and Mitch right now.
Yep.
We need Hawkporty and Sims. We need Sims and Hawkporty combined together. Like that's what you need.
I agree 100% that Hawkporty has a lot of work to do on defense.
So basically, you're saying get James Najee healthy because that's who James Najee is. The guy we got in the cat trade from Charlotte. That's who that guy is.
Didn't we waive him?
I don't think we did. I think we have his rights. He's rehabbing in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Coach, I'm gonna get out of here. We got to do the Atlanta. I got to do the Atlanta show tonight, man. I didn't get a chance to talk Atlanta stuff because of.
I'm sorry, guys.
Nah, man. Nah, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. I like the heated debates. So that's what make the channel. So I'm gonna say ask you guys this: is there anything else y'all want to introduce to the world before we get out of here?
I would like to introduce that like button and the subscribe button to the viewers. Go smash that like and subscribe for Blue Orange Tears. We'll be here later tonight.
Bim.
Catch us on playback if you ain't been there. We'll be waiting.
Bim. What you got, Coach?
Just wait and see. That's all I gotta say.
What?
I'll just put it this way. When this team keeps doing what they're doing, they're gonna have slip-ups. All the best teams in the league slip up and lose to a bum team. What happens? We lost to the Pistons without Cat. All right, whatever. It happens. But it's not a small sample size. It's more than it's literally half the games we played. The last 10 games, we're the top 10 defense in the league. We're top 10 defense. So whenever y'all are ready to be okay with that, then we'll be on the same page. But I'm okay with that. With the offense, the way it's rocking right now, we're the top half of the league defense. We're going to be fire. So, if Mitch is going to be the guy that Leon Rose doesn't want to make a move and he wants to take a chance and keep him, then I'm all in with him.
Right.
We ain't sitting here.
Right.
So,
Okay.
that's all I got to say about that.
All right. Hey, Trey DeBarge, we coming for you. I'm gonna talk some noise till we talk Hawks when they come on later today. Right. I'm gonna Trey DeBarge look like the fourth singer for that group Player.
Receding the bars.
Right. Bim. Let it go. I think Trey jealous because they got a new boy with good hair. That young rookie they drafted got good hair too. And so Trey jealous. Trey, you gotta let your soul glow. Anyways, hey, thank you. Ooh. Y'all gotta stop putting me and Coach together, bro.
So glow.
Bro, y'all gotta stop putting me and Coach together on the panel. I be throwing Coach to lob and he be throwing it down in traffic.
I only think of Mitch on 2 occasions. Ooh. It's day and night. That's the Mitch Hive theme song.
That's a theme song, bro. They only think of Mitch on 2 occasions, day and night. That's it, everybody. We out of here. Peace, y'all.